I think we're going live. What do you think? They say we're live. Is anyone else live tonight? Here on the Ninja Tools live stream with the missus and hey, little bear. Come on the back.
Here.
Come on. You can say hi too.
Hi.
Hi. Hey, Carlos. Hey, GB. We got the anvil in the house. How's it going?
You see yourself,
see?
Griffin?
We got the Cubs with us here tonight.
You have to go around so you're in between us.
And someone's phone decides that they want to be the main the main star of the show tonight. It's live stream again. Yeah, we did the live stream this morning with it was just Tool Talk Saturday morning Tool Talk with Explorer Steve from Explorer Steve DIY. Winorca Home Solutions, Vegas Vince. Hey, Vegas Vince, haven't seen you in a while. Let's see what we got here. Luis, Carlos, Strongest Adventure, how's it going? PJ Kentucky, hey there. Bert, Robert. How many Cubs y'all got?
3.
Well,
Four.
with 2 legs, we got 3 of them. We got a 4-legged one around here too.
And then we have 2 4-leggeds.
The lizard?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I can go bring him over if you guys
Nope,
want to see him.
nope.
Nope.
He'll be running all over the house. We'll never see him again. Anyway.
Yes, 2 pairs of glasses.
Oh my
That's
God.
how I rock it all the time.
Hey, look.
Ruiz, you need the...
Oh, the bell.
Thank
Oh,
you.
there's someone ring the bell.
Ring the
You guys
bell.
got it.
Good job.
Thank you. I'm
All
deaf.
Cubs.
There we go.
You're welcome.
Woohoo! Thank you so much.
And it
Thank
wasn't
you.
an even amount.
Hey, yeah.
Link.
Thank you. It all means a little bit more this month. We got messed with Amazon. Amazon. For those of you who don't know, I'm also an author. I sell the Home Distiller's Workbook, Your Guide to Making Moonshine, Whiskey, Vodka, Rum, and so much more, as well as a couple other books on similar topics on Amazon. And they merged their platform with they used to be the company that made the books for them. If you're self-published, they merged the platform and they went from a 30-day pay window to a 60-day pay window. We just found out that, guess what? We're not getting paid this month. They're like, well, you're going to get paid next month. It'll just be 60 days now, which means we're never going to get that money back. I mean, I guess at the end when the book stops selling, but these things stay up forever. So anyway, sorry,
Strong's Adventure
little
says-
bitter about that right now.
Don't forget the lizard. That's right.
Don't forget the lizard.
Yes.
What kind of lizard is it, Elle?
It's a crested gecko. It's like really red. Like he's red, and I think he might be a fire crested gecko. I don't know. I'll have to.
He looks like a tiny dragon. He's got
This
these
is
little
adorable.
frills all over him.
Dad, you know what we
Yes.
should do? We should get a little tiny wings at the store.
And glue it to him. I got a hot glue gun.
No.
And we
No.
could-
This is why... No.
This
is why Dad's not in charge of that.
So he has wings, so he's a dragon.
Carlos asks, could you do a work table build for us? Yeah, I could do that. I don't know if I've ever done one. I'm working on something similar to that right now. But yeah, I could do that. Do I know Eaton Beaver? No. Let's see what else we got there. You build it, we destroy it's in the house. How's it going? Need a signed copy of that and maybe a sample. I used to sell signed copies. Did we had them on? Are they on Etsy still?
No.
Check back. I'll put a link in the video description later. So after this posts, after the fact, it'll be down there. Also,
But we do have copies.
you can get I don't know if I can point to it, the mug up here. There's a link in the description right now so you can order your, unbearable in the morning till I have my coffee DaBear mug.
Or you could have your salmon.
I'm gonna kill that thing.
It's not mine. It's yours.
Oh, give it to me. I'm still gonna kill it.
Silence it.
This thing it always needs to be in the middle of every single video.
Oh, Trey Horn.
What? Oh.
Trey, the long one message.
Says, hi, guys. My name is Trey. My kiddo and I love you. She likes the bear.
Hey!
Hey!
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. The bear is super cute.
Yeah. Luis says, keep it under a bill. You're talking about the workbench. That won't be a problem. We can do that. The thanks, Wilro Menorca. For those of you who don't know, Menorca Home Solutions he just changed his name to be more appropriate for his channel and his business. Used to go by Wheelrose, so if you hear me referring to him that way, it's just out of habit. I'm one of these people that's hard to change my habits. San Diego in the house. Oh, wow. I love San Diego.
Ooh. Hey, Bear, can you tell me what the best, cheapest
Dremel burrs to use?
Moonshine is legal. Ooh.
Hang on.
That's a good question. The Harbor Freight ones are okay. They're not great. I gotta tell you, the person that asked for this would have been this morning. Go over to Explorer Steve DIY. We did a live stream with him this morning. He doesn't talk about it much, and I've never actually seen him do a video on it, but he does a lot of engraving. A lot. And he uses power tools and stuff for it and whatnot. So I'm sorry, I'm not an aficionado on Dremel burrs. I just grab whatever's on sale because I don't do it a whole lot. So sorry. Moonshine is legal here in Washington for personal consumption only, not for sale. That may be true, but at the federal level, it's still illegal. So many states have legalized it, but it's still, the feds can still come and ding you.
Bryce Jones says, glad to see the family. Hi, Cubs and Mrs. Bear.
It says, oh no, you're not really the bear. Seriously, though, I love your content. Yeah. Thank you.
Somebody asked about the Fortress compressor. We've got it out. We've been using it. We got a video coming on it shortly. Let's see. A big bear family. Kind of is.
John G says, Moonshine Bandits. So are you from the Central Valley?
Oh, no way. Really? I've actually met some of the guys associated with them. What's his name? Oh, I can't remember.
Josh?
Yeah, Josh. Josh. He goes by, what do you call it? Puro or whatever. What do you call wine in prison? What do they call that? Pruno. He goes by Pruno.
It was 70.
But yeah, I know some of those guys.
Yeah. 0509KJ is really lucky.
Phoenix in the house.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time in Phoenix as a cub myself. I got family in northern Arizona. They used to be in the Phoenix area, and they moved up to Prescott.
And I have family in the Phoenix area.
And you do, that's right. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's the other one. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. There she is. There you can see. Oh my gosh.
She wants to lick your face.
That's the other cub in the family. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Tyler, how's it going? JB, yes. A miter saw, planer, niner scroll saw. What would you buy next for tabletop tools? Grinder? Do you have a grinder? You definitely have a grinder, if nothing else. A vise.
Hey, he says I need advice.
Just got back from taking the kiddos bike ride in the park today. Oh, I bet it was nice. It was 70 here. Oh, hi, really? From Northwest Montana.
Yes.
Andrea, how's it going? We're going to be at our place in Livingston in what? Early June?
Late May.
Early June. We're going to try and do a meetup up there, so stay tuned if you can make it down there. Oh, Long Beach in the house. I'm going to need advice. Should I sell the DeWalt table saw I won and get a bandsaw, or should I keep 2 table saws and keep a dado? How often do you do dado stacks? I don't know which saw you won, but that's a lot of money to be sitting there just to be used for dados. If you use it a lot, then sure. The Northern Arizona just got 3 feet. Yeah, Northern Arizona got dumped on. There's like 2/3 Arizona's under snow. New Orleans in the house. Met Moonshine Bandits in the Vegas airport. You're kidding. That's too funny. They're from the Central Valley in California, and I actually, we used to live around there. And I knew some of the folks that knew them. And Tech Gorilla, hey, how's it going? Evening from Michigan. Oh, we love Michigan. Hello from Johnson City, Tennessee. Tennessee, I think I've driven through Tennessee a bunch. Never really stopped there.
Yes, I know.
Go on.
I was getting squished and the little people were getting run over, so we had to thin it out a little bit.
When am I coming to North Carolina? Oh, I love North Carolina, but I don't know. You got family around there, don't you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we should go over there. We should make a trip. Brad's my only joinery. Wow, snowing in upstate New York. The Sebago, Maine. Oh, I've only been up to what was it? The bay there, in Maine. Not Bangor. It's I can't remember what it was.
All I can think of when you're saying this is lobster rolls. So
Lobster,
I'm no help at all.
Hold on, Bear, Big Bear. Please, we're doing a video here, so maybe making the dog go crazy isn't the best time to do it. She's getting into playing tug of war, so it's her favorite thing in the world to do. Am I familiar with Powermatic? That's the majority of my equipment. Yeah, I'm familiar with it. I can't afford most of it. Powermatic makes excellent stuff. They really do. It's a bit pricey. Would I say it's overpriced? A little bit. It's one of those top tier premium brands. The problem with it is that the stuff that's just under it, that's significantly cheaper, is still pretty good. But you can't go wrong with Powermatic, that's for sure. Any thoughts on the Wind drill press? I like Wind products. They have horrible warranty support. Horrible. Products are decent, but they're about the same level as Harbor Freight. Texas in the house. Carolina's nice and green.
They say it's supposed to snow there tomorrow, but it varies from 0.3 of an inch to 5 inches. The meteorologists can't agree.
It's going to be snowing here in Missouri. 3 a.m.
Misery.
Is Mike Adams, are you a truck driver? You
Yeah, we
slept
get a
at
lot
the
of truck
TA and the pilot in
Oh.
Vegas many times. I think we've slept.
Not here, but we slept
No.
at a TA.
Yeah.
We used to do that when we had the RV and we'd go cross country. A lot of times we'd do, if we were just stopping for a quick overnight, we'd use some of the truck stops. Some decals for my rolling Versa Stack toolbox. Looking for the Deno Tools ones? We have those. If you follow the link that's in the description to where the mug is, there's stickers also you can get. There you go. Brad's got a review of the 10-inch Wind drill press on his channel. I've got the Wind belt sander, the one that's oscillating that you can also change out to make a spindle sander, and I love that. Crazy weather all over these, yeah. I've been happy. I want to like Wind, but I've tried to reach them. I've tried to talk to them. They're now a subset of another company, and it's impossible to get a hold of them. And I talked to some people who do warranty work, and they're like, they send stuff out, and it either never comes back or it comes back broken. So, bought the 7-gallon portable Cobalt air tank at Lowe's. See, running Brad Naylor. Yeah, those are nice. People forget about just getting an air tank you can pressurize. Any upgrades or mods to the Harbor Freight drill press? What I do is I get it, I take it almost entirely apart, I clean it, and I put it together and I square everything up. Tightening and truing the quill is the biggest thing you can do, and it changes the whole character of the drill press. Yep. Harbor Freight coupon database, hfqpdb.com. By the way, if you watch any of my videos where I'm looking at the pricing, you see the little green square next to the price that says, this is, what the actual best coupon is. I get the plugin for that for my Chrome browser on that site. Did Rigid get the wobble issue fixed on the miter saw? Did Rigid on the miter? I didn't hear about them having a problem on the miter saw. They make one of the best 10-inch miter saws in the business. Was this on the 12-inch? Because I know they were having issues with the 12-inch miter saws. Toolhead's in the house. How's it going? If you guys don't know, he's got a channel. Make sure you go and check out his channel. In fact, let me do this right now. We're going to promote him to a moderator. And then Joel, how's it going? Creekfine says, hey DaBear, we love your videos and the humor you throw in. What's more awesome than as your true family? Yeah, we always put family first, faith, family, and then everything else follows after that. Ursula, how's it going? Louise asks, I have an old DeWalt tool combo. It's an 8-pack, and I want to change brands. What do you recommend? That's an open-ended question. The first question when you're thinking about tools is, what do you want to do with it? And the second one is, why do you want to do it? Like, if I need to do this and I'm doing it to make money, that's totally different from like, I need to do basic stuff and I'm just doing it for fun. When will the Herc table saw be available? Should be in stores between 1 to 3 weeks. I'm guessing the 2-week time frame. That Harbor Freight lockdown clamp that attaches to the drill plate. Yes, that's a good thing to have, especially on the bigger drills. Cobalt comes with actual air fittings on it. I looked at the HF ones. All reviews said you have to ditch the fittings it comes with and roll your own. The reviews said the fittings on the Cobalt, you have to ditch them. The Merlin ones, I first tried the Merlin fittings this past week. They're really good. I haven't had a problem with the basic ones, though. So.
Somebody was asking about the Harbor Freight lathe.
Oh, that's one of those no-brainer kind of purchases from Harbor Freight. You go in any of the hardcore woodworking forums, and apparently it's a copy of the old Jet, and
okay.
It's they all use it. It's you'll see these people going, I hate Harbor Freight, I hate Harbor Freight. Oh, but the the lathe is good. And they all know it. There's like the lathe is good, the drill press is good, the dust collector, they all have the dust collector. So, do I know what happened to the 80-gallon truck bed? I saw somebody pull up the store with it in the back of their store. I just noticed the other day that it was gone. I have no idea what happened to it. February-March catalog. Hold on. Somebody asked about the February-March catalog thing. Anyone seen the Bauer screwdriver? No, I haven't seen it. I was just wondering that today. What happened to it? Jack's in the house. Hey, Jack.
Hey, you finally caught us.
Oh, I know, because we're always, he's on East Coast time, so it's a little late for some of us, or some of you over there, I know. Is there a way to get Harbor Freight to give a discount on the sawmill? I don't know. I never really thought. I think it's usually blocked in most of the
they call it
the
out.
coupons. So good luck. I can't. There is a couple times a year they do a store-wide no exception sale for 15% off, and if you know an employee and you can cozy up to them, they do a friends and family sale twice a year that is 20 or 25% off everything in the store. So that'd be the only way to really get a savings on that. Have you heard of the dust stopper from Home Depot? What do you think of it? The dust stopper is that the little orange thing that goes on the 5-gallon bucket? What other Hercules tools are coming out? Circ saw's coming out. Recip saw's coming out. Radio's coming out. We just got the drill. I'm trying to think what else I can talk about. I think that's all I can talk about right now.
Somebody, Michael was commenting that a buddy of his got the dust stopper set up recently, and he thought it helped. But we haven't clarified, is it the one that goes on the bucket, or is it something else?
Because that one that goes on the bucket, it's like, it's not quite a cyclone, but it does essentially the same thing. I've been wanting to try that. I'm going to set up a little...
It goes on top of the bucket.
Yeah. So I'm looking to do... Because I in my old shop, I had the big 2-horsepower dust collector. But I don't have room for that now. So I'm looking to do a portable version, like on wheels, like a cart. So I can just wheel it around to each station as needed. And I'm thinking about trying that. You're welcome, Andrea. No problem. I saw somebody trying to do it because there's also a vacuum top that sticks on top of a 5-gallon bucket. Mm-hmm. And I saw somebody trying to combine those two. I don't know how well that worked, but there's some great carts though that people are building for dust collection. Apparently, the rigid shop vac, it's got the thing where the the feet also have little cutouts so you can put the tubes on them. Well, they just got some PVC that matched those tubes, built risers, and then built a platform on top of it, and then put that bucket in the top, and now you've got a self-rolling, cart for it. It seems like a pretty smart idea. Harbor Freight has new high-flow quarter-inch Merlin air fittings. Maybe somebody can answer this for me. Besides the fact that they are not compatible, what's the benefit of the Automotive versus the standard airflow couplers? I know that Automotive likes to use the Automotive ones, but I don't see any. Are they better? Anyway. Do you prefer DeWalt, Milwaukee, or Makita for drill bits? I prefer Bosch. Of the three you mentioned, probably Milwaukee or Makita. They're probably about interchangeable. Hit the like button. Thank you so much. Yeah, we talk about you can support the channel by getting a sweatshirt or buying a sticker or buying a copy of the book or the DaBear mug up there. But the first thing you can do is just give a like, because that helps. That tells YouTube that you like the videos, and that makes it more likely for them to recommend it to more people. And the more people see it, the better the channel does.
Yep. Tell your friends.
Hold on, let's hear. Especially for the safe place. Yeah. And the rigid shop, that people have been really liking the shop vacs. Well, the rigid shop vacs. Less air restriction. Huh. Okay.
You Build It, We Destroy It says that they've used the bucket top for the concrete crack grinding, and they work pretty well.
So them both make my so universal air. Yeah. Justin, take care. It was nice seeing you. Well, thank you. He's gonna. And Michael says he just ordered some stickers. Woohoo! If you get the stickers or you get any of the merch and you use it on something or something, take a picture and send it to us.
Yeah,
I always love to see that.
It.
Just got the DeWalt table saw. Do I need to put wax on the tabletop to stop rust? What about the blade? If you got the DeWalt, like the job site saws, they're aluminum with an epoxy coating, so you don't need to do any of that. Heavyweight fight and showtime. Is it boxing? Because I don't watch boxing anymore. MMA is. I gave up on boxing. It's so rigged these days with I can't. I'm not even gonna get into it. Not gonna get into it. Jack, totally off subject. How you guys coping with the snow?
Well, we're coping by looking at it on the internet. It's not here.
Last week we got 3. I measured it. I looked at 4 inches of snow. Easy. Was almost gone the next day. Which is funny. The day we had snow, schools were open. The next day when it was mostly gone, schools closed. That was last Friday. Today yesterday it was 70 and gorgeous.
Yeah.
And today I think probably got up to 70 and it was raining.
Yep.
It was like a beautiful spring day. It was lovely. John says the thing he recommends from Harbor Freight are the Hercules angle grinders, grinding discs, the 1/4-inch hex driver, the Earthquake, and the Bauer hammer drill. Yeah, that's all of that. Those are all, I need to create a list of guaranteed buys, and just post it and be like, these are things that are just a no-brainer you can buy and not even worry about. Doug says, what gives? I tried to return a broken hand tool without a lifetime warranty. They couldn't find a record of my purchase in the computer. I felt like a criminal. They wouldn't exchange.
I guess my first question would be, did you give your information when you made the purchase? Because they should be able to find it, right?
Yeah, I've seen that happen. And that's the thing. If it doesn't have a lifetime warranty, you're going to need to be able to prove that you bought it there. The lifetime warranty stuff, they're just like, yep, just swap it out. That's why I always religiously give them my phone number every single time when I buy, so that it's always part of the system. I would go back and ask nicely to speak to the manager and try to explain the situation. Like, look, hey, I shop here all the time. I don't know what's going on. I'm sure that's in the system somewhere. Can we try and figure this out? Because if it's still under warranty, even if it's not a lifetime warranty, they should honor it.
Yeah.
Mike Adams probably a defective, or maybe it's just cell balancing.
There was a question about somebody had bought an item and the battery was funky, so they returned it, and then they had a similar issue. I think that's what the original question was.
David woke up surprised snow this morning.
And it wasn't very fun.
Yeah, San Diego's all of California's been hit with rain recently. Yeah, in California, it's either dry as the desert, on fire, or flooding, and then mudslides. Those are like the 4 seasons of California. What do we got here? Do you support PewDiePie in the fight against T-Series? Well, of course. PewDiePie is old school YouTube. And the Big Bear just stood up. He's like, woo! Yeah, that he's old school. To me, that's non-commercial, non-big business, non-corporate takeover YouTube, where it's just YouTubers creating content. And T-Series is a big corporation coming in and just shoveling content. What does Mrs. DaBear think about DaBear becoming famous?
Well, if you ask my children, he's been kind of famous for a while.
What is it? Or as
it was Eleanor.
Harbor Freight famous. Yes. Someone said. Mike says, by the way, I have a heads up for you. I bought the Cobalt fold-up job site saw. Suggested grinding down the miter anchor screw when tightened. It scratches the bottom of the... That's a good tip.
Interesting.
I know it's not like the best top of the line saw, but for the money, did you get it on sale? The $179 price that's at? Because it's hard to argue with that saw at that price.
Somebody from Henderson.
Who's from Henderson?
John Clark. Howdy from Henderson.
Hey, John, how's it going? Opposite side of town. We're over near Red Rock. How did you come up with the idea to use an animated bear? I actually have, believe it or not, looking at me, you wouldn't think about it. I was the chief operating officer for a video game company for 20 years. I started off my life in construction, building houses, rehabbing houses in northern Kentucky and southern Ohio. And at some point, I taught myself, I got into video games. I taught myself how to build computers, and eventually, in my late 20s, I moved over into the tech arena. Now, I've always done stuff. I bought some of my own houses. I bought one house for $2. That was a lovely home, and that needed a lot of work. And right now, we're restoring the 4th oldest house in Montana. So I've always kept my hands or toes dipped in the construction. Hold on. Oi!
Who has the loud electronic device?
Duncan? Yeah? You're off that. Aw, yeah. Sorry about that. Female high flows take regular... Hey guys, this is a family channel. Let's not get into any of that stuff. Famous or infamous?
Other side of the planet of Vegas.
That's too funny because... we came here from Northern California. I worked in the Bay Area for 20 years, and the people there, you got to drive hours to get anywhere. Here we get to Vegas, people are like, "Oh, I don't know if I can drive to the other side of town. It'll take 20 or 30 minutes." Like, really? That long?
Yeah.
Love the spray guns. Yeah, I saw somebody asked about the spray guns. Sorry, my beard is killing me. It's getting all funky. Yeah, the Harbor Freight spray guns are the air guns. They're a great deal, and they're coming out with a new line. I think I called it Apache, but that's the cases. They're coming out with a new line of HVLP guns, and they're going to be or a whole system actually. I think it's Avanti or something like that. I can't remember. Sorry, the things moving around in the chat and trying to follow it. My bought a first one that you own. That's good. It's a good saw for that. Modifying shop vacuums to increase efficiency. Cyclone separator shootout. I'm gonna have to check that out. Hold on, let me copy that over. I'm always big into the whole. I don't know. I like fluid dynamics and that kind of physics and stuff. What?
The U-build that we destroyed. I can't speak for freaks. I was referring strictly to airline fittings.
Yeah. Wow. 2 feet of snow in Gaylord, Michigan. Well, you're in Michigan. Michigan can be beautiful.
Oh, wow.
But if you're driving through Michigan, often, especially at least on the western and the northern part, it feels like you're just driving through a hallway of pine trees on the highway. Because that's all you can see, just continuous line of pine trees. You know what? Parts of Georgia and Florida are like that too. Do you know what happened to the propane bug foggers at Home Depot? I don't know. Did they go off? I didn't hear. Was there a big fogging incident? I'm guessing they got rid of them or something. I didn't hear anything about that.
It says propane, which makes me think perhaps there was a propane incident.
What do I think of the Harbor Freight airless sprayer? Well, you know, my mom always told me that if I don't have something nice to say, wait for the new ones to come out. Wait, unless you're talking about there's two of them. There's the little handheld that's like the Wagner. That's a piece of junk. There's the more professional pump system. That's not bad, actually. If you're looking for a really good air compressor, buy the 60-gallon Harbor Freight 2-stage compressor. He owns 2 different properties. You know, and what's his name today? Steve. He just bought the belt drive one. He loves it. He wishes he got it years ago. Have I seen the Predator gas-powered central pneumatic compressor? No, I haven't seen it actually. And some people are asking if they're going to come out with a gas-powered generator welder, and I've heard through Deep Freight that is in the works. I don't have any idea about when it's going to come. Trying to get information out of the welding group is like trying to get information out of, old Eastern Bloc, Europe. When's the compressor video coming? This week. Or next week, I guess, because today's Saturday. So technically next week. I got my little sound meter in, decibel meter. I'm having all sorts of fun with that.
Yes, someone forgot to pick it up.
Yeah, someone. I don't know who that would have been. Harbor Freight version of they're out. They're in about we're talking about the cabinets, the big Gladiator, like they're knockoffs, not knockoffs, copies or akin to the Gladiator style cabinets. It's a trial product. They're in about 100 stores. Ohawk in the house. How's it going? It's all fun and games until the propane and propane accessories get abused. You got to check out that new rigid propane heat gun. Harbor Freight has such a variety of compressors, it's hard to pick the perfect one. I decided to get the CP 10-gallon since it's about the biggest one that'll it'll be easily portable on my truck. Any thoughts? Depends on what you're going to use it for. I've been using the Fortress 1-gallon, which is you can just pick up and carry. That thing is great. It's so quiet. And they just released the 4-gallon with a huge coupon. You can run 2 nailers off of it without any worry, and it's about I think it's just over $200. Let's see here. Thinking about getting the Vulcan Pro TIG. For me, you're gonna buy it for me because I would love that. Thank you. I've seen several Harbor Freight gasoline-powered compressors. Haven't heard anyone complain about them.
The Fortress 4-gallon looks like a beast.
Yeah, it's going to compete directly with the Makita and the DeWalt, and I think it's going to beat them. I got a chance to talk to the guy who is the designer at Harbor Freight. I had a almost 2-hour long phone call with him. I'm just gonna say he's not long in the personality, but area. But the dude knows his stuff, man. I've talked to a lot of engineers from working in Silicon Valley. I've worked with a lot of engineers, and this guy, he knows what he's. I can't tell you his background because he asked me not to. But let's say this is not his first rodeo. This isn't his fifth rodeo. This guy's got experience building stuff just like this. Basically, Harbor Freight said, we want to get into this. We want to be serious. And they went out and hired pretty much the best guy you could possibly think of and had him design that new line of Fortress. I think he's also doing the McGraw, but that's probably like just on the side for him. Jack says, I shared with my wife your Montana house story. She's an HGTV fan. Can't wait to see what you do with it. Yeah, hopefully we're going to have a lot more. I got a lot of projects planned for this summer. Remember Paul's discount in Iowa City? No. The only time I went to Iowa City was to go to a Hawks game. Waiting on the 200 PSI Fortress 22 gallon. I didn't see a 22 gallon. There's a 27 gallon that's coming out. Show that one. There are two gas-powered CP compressors. One is 30 gallon and the other one is... speaking of well, not necessarily compressors. Actually, I was talking about pumps. I'd asked for some feedback on the Drummond pumps, and apparently everyone loves them. Martin from Montana. We got another Montana in the house.
What?
I love that we have so many Montanans.
Me too.
Let's see here. Sorry if I asked this, but what do you use for equipment for your videos? What animates the bear? What computer rig? Computer rig is an MSI laptop. It's one of the high-end gaming laptops. The cameras right now, these are just, they're fairly high-end webcams. I use some GoPros. I use my cell phone. I have a Sony, a decent Sony point and shoot. Where is it? I think it may still be on a tripod out there. I have this one I use sometimes. Little HD camcorder kind of thing. Is that? Oh, there's one of my Hero 4 Silver.
Looks like there's other stuff. You said GoPros.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I was just trying to keep up with them. Oh, here's the Sony that I've got. It doesn't seem like much, but it'll do 4K, and it's got pop up there, and it's got the over here. It even has a digital viewfinder on it. It's amazing what you can do. I can tell you that when I first started using this, people complimented the quality of the video, how it upgraded for the channel. Paul's closed now. It's a Harbor Freight.
Only 45 minutes away.
Yep.
Somebody says we should be in animation with our gaming background. Your gaming background.
What should be animated on the...
You have to scroll up.
Or should be in the animation...
Right there, Strong's Adventures.
You're going to seriously step up your game. You and Mama Bear should be in animation with your gaming background. I could do it. I could, but I like doing something that's a little bit different for the live streams. We did the bear for a while. This is, more allows you guys to see behind the scenes, and we can have, I feel like, a more real chat rather than having, the bear personality and everything. Thank you for the great Harbor Freight info. Works at one of the Harbor Freight stores. Thank you. We have a lot of people who subscribe to the channel who work for Harbor Freight. Do you still rent your RV? Haven't seen it around. We sold it. We sold the RV. We wanted a smaller one. We've got the big one for when we were doing all that traveling, and we traveled all over Western U.S. and then ended up living in it for like 6 months while we found a place here in Vegas. But after that, we decided, especially from our experience in traveling, that it would be cozier, but it would be better to have something smaller because a lot of the parks and stuff, you just can't get into them with a bigger rig. 30 gallons. Thanks to Mrs. DaBear for Dollar Tree and the $1. Hey,
the what?
The $1 toolboxes.
Oh yes, those things are great. You can use them for anything. Kids' lunch boxes. You can use them for all kinds of stuff. Art supplies, tools.
Somebody asked, where's your chat form? I can't find your website. Website is red-beard.com. I also own denoftools.com, and I got to get it pointed over. But if you go to red, like the letter red, or word red, -beard.com, you can get to the website, and then you go to the form. It's in the upper left.
I think we missed some.
I know, it's scrolling too fast. What cigar does the Bear smoke? Is it an Opus X or Prometheus? You know, I'm not a snob when it comes to cigars. I always like to try new things. So I don't usually just stick with whichever one. If I'm gonna have a cigar, I'll go down to the shop. I'll talk to the guys, ask what's new, what people are trying, and see what I like. Any knowledge on the HF milling machine specifically? There's a whole community online that just is totally devoted to those things. They're great. Unfortunately, you just can't play with them in the store anymore. They're only online. What's the ugliest place you ever driven through? His would be Western Nevada or Eastern South Dakota. Eastern South Dakota is not that bad. You get the Badlands. Mm-hmm. What's do you think? What's the worst place you ever drove through?
I'm trying to think of the worst. Well,
Bakersfield.
I would say Mendocino because I don't do squigglies.
Oh, it's beautiful. Just because you get car sick doesn't mean it's not beautiful.
But I will have to think of. I would say the stretch from here, like if you go through Bakersfield, that stretch is pretty awful. Like on the way back to California. Mm-hmm. Perhaps it was because I was really sick.
Jack says, thanks to you, he has 10 of those Dollar Tree boxes. Steve said he's getting some, too. Aww. He's got the whole setup of the ammo boxes. Now he's getting the...
Okay, now I have to ask, what are you using them to organize?
You can't ask that. That's pretty
I can ask that. They don't have to answer it, but I can ask it.
That was the first time I came to your channel, I thought the bear was a silly thing. It is a silly thing. But it's something we call edutainment. I've done a lot of instruction in different areas over the years. And I find that adding a little bit of silliness and a little fun and not taking yourself too seriously makes it easier for people to retain the information. Because if you just sit there and you just talk about tools, and this is the blah, 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 and it's got a it's just so dry. It can be so dry. So just having some fun with it. Let's see.
Thank you, Drop Dead Frederick. It says Bella is about to knock down the router with its tail.
Really?
It's
dog
because the bigger bear is standing over here.
What's up, bear?
She's trying to.
Okay. John says he's got 2 of the mills. One's CNC converted. That's a fun conversion. You can get some stepper motors, and you can use an Arduino or there's some other things you can use for it. Control it, and you can convert those mini mills into CNC. Bakersfield works. Central California in the summer, in August, it's all just beige. And what are you doing back there? You're looming.
Bear, go on. Go.
Play with the dog.
Don't play over here.
Yeah, go over there.
Of course she does.
Bella, come here.
She can ask anything she wants.
You're my new favorite.
Any word on the Herc 12-volt ratchet? 12-volt ratchet? I haven't heard of a Herc 12-volt ratchet. Do you know something I don't know?
To the internets.
You're not going to find it on the internet. 12-volt ratchet. You're thinking like a right angle? All of like the earthquakes? Maybe that's what you mean. Maybe you mean the new 20-volt earthquake ratchet. Right angle. Mr. Bear, do you see the new color the coupon? Whoa, what's new color toolbox coupons for 26 and 40? I did see those. I did, and I'm actually thinking about getting a top box for my. Jack says in my case,
nails, bolts, anchor screws, bullets, cases, bulbs. More boxes.
He does reloading and stuff. So.
Oh, cool. Awesome. That makes sense.
The next one's for you.
Yes. Did you put up much of a fight when I captured him and shaved him? No, I just smiled at him and blinked a lot, and he just kind of went with it.
Thanks for your videos. They have helped me a ton. Curious if the welders from Harbor Freight are worth looking into. Yeah. There's at all levels. If you're just getting started, the black ones, the Chicago Electric ones, are fine to learn on. The TI, the titanium ones, are great for your prosumers. And a lot of serious guys have been using the Vulcan stuffs and love it.
Oh no, you have to scroll up.
Hold on.
He got his tools
Why
stolen.
does Mrs. DaBear have 2 pair of glasses on?
We can address that next. No. So Paul said, what's your favorite 3/8 ratchet? My tools got stolen some years ago, and the replacement Craftsman ratchets just doesn't feel as good. That's a bummer.
That's a good question. I mean, I've got a bunch of ratchets. I've got a Durlast one that actually don't make me. It's kind of embarrassing, but I really like the feel of it. The ergonomics on it are great. Hey, Bear.
I'm hungry.
Okay.
And the Harbor Freight ones are great. I've got some S&K that I've had. We've been around for a long time. So, but when it comes to hand tools, my default choice these days is Harbor Freight for that lifetime warranty, and because I know they'll stand behind it. So.
And the answer is yes. I do have 2 pairs of glasses on. I almost always have 2 pairs of glasses on. It's sunglasses when I'm outside, and it's a hair accessory when I'm not outside. And I will be honest, many nights I go to bed and I find that they're still on my head.
Bear personifies personality traits, mostly teddy bear traits. You don't know. Yukon storage cabinets ever coming out? They're out. They're in about 100 stores right now. They're kind of a test unit. I'm interested in the 3-ton jack that competes with the Snap-on. Does it ever go on sale? It does. In fact, it's in the catalog right now for this month. There's 10% off Bauer batteries. Really?
Wow.
That's great. I mean, I'm really impressed with the Bauer stuff. I gotta say, I mean, I love the Hercules stuff. I had high expectations for it, and it's definitely met them and exceeded them. But the Bauer, I did not have high expectations for, and I'd heard some bad things from them long ago. But I think the people who were saying it were just anti-Harbor Freight.
Haters.
Yeah. As the little bear says, haters be hating. That's what they do. Good evening, you guys. Trying to find a good deal on a cordless angle grinder with battery and charger. The Herc one's not cordless, is it? No, it's cord. I think they're coming out with a cordless one. A good deal. I don't know. I know which ones. Like Makita makes a great one. DeWalt makes a great one. But as far as getting a good deal on them, I don't know any good deals on cordless angle grinders right now. How long have you been into firearms?
I was wondering if you saw that.
On and off. Most of my life. I grew up in the Midwest. So it was just one of those things that was always around. You never really thought about it. It was just part of your life. And I kind of got out of it for a while. I was living in the big city. Was busy with, with work and stuff. And then when the oldest cub was born, I realized I was living in San Francisco, realized I didn't have anything significant, went out and bought a shotgun and started getting back into it. Realized how much I'd missed it. So I would say I've been seriously into it for the last 12 years, but I grew up, with it as part of my culture, I guess you'd say.
Should scroll if we missed some. I know somebody said that they really like the S&K. MacGyver.
Yes,
5137.
that's the one I was talking about, the ratchet I like.
Yeah.
They're like in the HF ratchets, their sockets take use. The Harbor Freight impact sockets. That's another one of those things that are just like a no-brainer. Everyone, tons of mechanics, tons of pro mechanics use them every single day. Looking into getting a sandblasting cabinet. What do you recommend? The bench model, the stainless. I prefer the standalone, but get the bench model if you don't have the space. Definitely watch a bunch of YouTube videos because they leak like a sieve, and there's a bunch of mods you have to make to them to get them decent. But that's still better than any other sandblasting cabinet you're gonna see out there. Excuse me. The best deal would probably be old stock Hitachi or Motiva. Yeah, well, Ryby has an angle grinder for $44. Earthquake cordless right angle grinder works well. You can get a $40 Bauer grinder, and then I haven't used any of the Bauer stuff other than I've used the right angle, the impact, and the drill, and I've been surprised with each one of them. The right angle was, I didn't even realize how much I needed one. What's the cheapest welder that can weld a nut to broken studs for removal? Well, that doesn't take much to do that. I would say you could do that with the flux core one, but you're going to get a lot of spatter from it. So if you don't have a problem with the spatter, you can use that. And there's ways to mitigate that. You can put types of shielding and stuff around. They don't leak if you use a vacuum on them while using them. That's a good point. Yeah. Sorry, I keep being interrupted.
I was like, are they commenting on my life personally? Yes, it's always interrupted, but I realize you're talking about yourself.
I've done a lot of suspension work with those black impact sockets. Yeah, the tool heads that's sitting there. It's just one of those things that even people who hate on Harbor Freight have to admit, yeah, the sockets are good.
It's the wall thickness.
They're talking about the wall thickness on the socket.
Okay.
How's the forum going? We just started. I haven't even had a chance to look at it today. I've been so busy. I'm doing a follow-up video for the table saw one, highlighting all the features and answering a bunch of the questions that people had.
See Matthews.
Haven't done a shop video before. I'm about to start putting my... I did one at my old shop, and I haven't done one here because we're renting this house, and we're moving out at the end of May. We're moving everything up to Montana for the summer, and then we're going to be, I don't know where we're going to be after. We're going to be back down here, but we don't know where. So I don't feel like really doing a shop tour because it's not organized well. It's just kind of like we got some stuff over here. It's ask Steve. I mean, I got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
the garage is overflowing. My organization of it is not so great.
Sorry, I saw that we skipped over the You Build It, We Destroy It. I saw a deal on the Hitachi 4A batteries.
4 amp hour. That's what I mean.
Okay, because I'm like, what does that mean?
4A.
4A.
Grinder for under $100. That's a good deal. And the Hitachi, you won't go wrong. Hitachi's a brand that people forget, and I put them up there with Makita and the higher end DeWalt and Milwaukee stuff every time. And if you guys don't know it, they've got a really weird warranty. Their warranty seems kind of basic, but then there's a call out that says anything that has lithium ion power, which is all the new cordless stuff, has a lifetime warranty. So it's a great deal to get.
It looks like Terry's asking, You Build It, We Destroy It. He's asking where you saw that.
He's asking him or us?
No, he's asking You Build It, We Destroy It, where he saw that.
Okay. Do you miss any of the Chicago food?
A lot of it.
All of it.
You and Cincinnati food, too.
Yeah. Chicago pizza, man. Oh, so good. We've started a keto diet, and I don't get any carbs. I'm going to waste away into nothing. What's one tool you use to rave and live about, but now about HF and now don't care for? The 12-inch sliding miter saw. That was one of the first things. One of the reasons I started the channel was to talk about that thing, and it hasn't gotten bad. They just come out with saws that are so much better than that. Like the Admiral, like they got rid of the blade. It used to come with a blade, and now it doesn't come with a blade. And by the time you put a decent blade on it, you might as well get the Admiral saw, and you get a better laser, you get a work light, you get actual wings that come out, you get a front tilt for the miter. all just so better. Jack, your family honesty is worth the ticket. Yeah, we should be on like the not Discovery Channel, the Home Channel. Maybe we can get them to buy us an RV.
That would be nice. Yeah, I would really love to do some more RV travel. It's a great way, even if we didn't have kids, I think it would be a great way to travel and see the country.
We've talked about it.
And, always have a bathroom, always have a kitchen. But definitely if you have kids, it's an amazing way to make memories and really get to spend quality time together. So I love it. And that'll be definitely an adventure.
Let's see here. Raver Magic, Ryobi 2 batteries, Ryobi 18 volts, angle grinder. Ryobi's been making some great stuff. The One Plus series, so good.
McIver said they worked at an airport and a pilot brought Chicago pizza back. You're a cowbell.
Yes, for the Bauer cordless grinder and bare minimum tool. What do we got? Michael Smith with the $199. Best circular saw, 7/4 inch under 350. I'm a skill saw guy. But, that's my favorite saw. I gotta tell you, the Rigid Gen 5 saw is really nice. It's so smooth. When it comes down to it, I mean, if I was going to buy a corded saw, probably, and it wasn't a worm drive. Sometimes you don't want the worm drive because it adds a bunch of weight to it and stuff. I'd probably get a Makita. The Luma times, you know what? I like is Eduardo still around? It's been a long time since I've been there. I used to get the spinach stuffed pizza there, get some sausage on it. Have I used any of the HF jackhammers? I have not.
I was just trying to think of all your projects. I'm like, did we jackhammer something?
It's been a long time since I've used a jackhammer. And it was like one of the first electric ones that was out. And I think I jackhammered through the cord.
Oops.
Yeah.
I still think one of my favorite projects that we have done together is taking the carpeting out.
Yeah, that was like your first kind of DIY kind of thing. We ripped up the carpeting and put laminate flooring down in one of the rooms.
And the using to take the tack strips out.
The crowbar?
Yeah.
Pry bar?
Yeah, that was super fun.
She was so adorable. It's always fun to see somebody catch that kind of bug and like all of a sudden realize, oh, this is why you enjoy doing this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and it was also nice because we were on the first floor, so we could just kind of chuck it out the window.
MacGyver says, need a bench grinder. I was looking at the Delta 8-inch with variable speed. Any thoughts? My only thought on Delta is that they're not what they used to be, but their prices are. If you can find a good sale price on it, sure. I'm a big fan of that, the one that Harbor Freight sells, although I think it might be a 6-inch. But it's got the little gooseneck light on it. But I don't do a lot of serious grinding. It's only like for sharpening some tools and roughing some stuff down and whatnot. But it's I used to be a huge Delta fan, and I'm really kind of disappointed with. And Jet's the same way. Delta and Jet used to be like these top tier brands that you just no one could touch, and now they're kind of like meh. I used a Makita jackhammer to break up concrete. I think it was a Makita that I tried to destroy. Have you used the tailgater generator? I have not, because I talked to enough people who had, and I know some people like them and they're just fine with them, but I've also heard a lot of horror stories about them. That's probably the only one of their generators I would say that about. All their other generators are bulletproof. Jack! Oh, thank you. Jack with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that.
Have a great night.
Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. I know it's late for you, so it was great having you here. We tried to do it a little bit earlier than last week. Sorry, Marty asked, Annie, does HFT Harbor Freight have any plans for a bigger table saw? I actually emailed my my contact and said that we've all had a council meeting and decided that they need to come out with a good quality cast iron table saw, like a hybrid, to not quite, they don't need to do a cabinet saw, but a contractor hybrid saw would be nice. And he said that he would pitch it to the teams and see if anybody wants to take that on. I don't see him doing it anytime soon. There just isn't enough of a market for it. If you notice, almost every other hardware store has gotten away from selling real table saws. Good luck trying to find the rigid one in store at a Home Depot, and most the Lowe's don't even have the Delta, which is a great saw. But what's your favorite hero in Apex Legends? Hold on, what is Apex Legends?
Apex Legends is a game like Fortnite.
Oh yeah,
it's like the Call of Duty version.
I remember. I knew we played it. I don't know. What's your favorite?
Bloodhound.
Bloodhound. Okay. Are you in? You were. Sorry. For those of you who don't know, the little bugger right there that looks like a little tiny robot bear, that's
me,
one of ours. I use a phone in the mobile versions here. Fortnite for tonight.
$5 again.
Oh, Michael,
Oh
the
goodness.
super chat.
Thank you.
Let me unhide this other one real quick.
Oh.
Oh, I
You
just hit it.
How
Sorry.
do you un-it?
Sorry. How do I was trying to click the other one.
View deleted?
Well, you can still see it. You guys can see it right here. Sorry, you can't click on it. Because we screen grab it over there. It won't show up in the regular chat, but sorry about that. It was wrong clicky button. Michael, thanks for the super chat. We really appreciate the support for the channel. Kentucky says, I bought the Hercules sliding miter saw mainly because of your recommendation. Also bought the better of the two dust collector systems. Thank you. Thank you. I'm really glad that you were able to get it. That thing is amazing. Here we go.
Thank
Show
you
that
for
time.
posting that again. Sorry.
Yeah, Steve, who came over, he's got a lot of high-end gear. He's got a Delta Unisaw. He's got a Bridgeport, CNC, or not CNC, but mill. He's got a lot of old-school high-end gear. And even he was just sitting there. I thought he was going to run off with it. Are you on here tonight? Is he here? The Mad Bear says, what's your favorite video games? Get your own chat message channel.
No.
When was last time your Teespring store said there was only a few days left for store? Teespring does this weird thing where they take orders for X amount of days and then they print everything and they sell it, and then there's a time period until they do it again. So it's this weird continuous cycle. I don't know why they do it. It's just part of their business model. And the only reason I use them is because they're the only merch company that's integrated with YouTube. So I'm kind of tied to them. What are your thoughts on the new Icon line of tools? I like them, other than the breaker bar. There's nothing wrong with the breaker bar except for the cost. New Harbor Freight store open nearby may apply.
Is Harbor Freight a sign-on franchise or no?
No, they're all corporate owned. I've bought so much based on your opinions. Thank you. I'm glad we can help. Are there any plans for Harbor Freight to do a cold cut or a cold metal cut saw? I don't know. I will ask. Evo was supposed to be. Is it Evo? No. Evolve or Evolution? Evolution, I think. Was supposed to be sending me one of their metal cut saws to review. And they talked to me in November, and now it's March. So why is this weekend's liquidation Harbor Freight sale not really a sale? Well, there's a lot of those, aren't there? That's just, Harbor Freight. What do we got here? Trim router, drill master got today, and the guy messed my workpiece up. Oh, yeah. The second you said you got the drill master one, I was gonna say that's not the best one out there. Sorry about that. Yeah, do send me pictures. Send them to red@red-beard.com. I'll post them. I'll also send them back to Harbor Freight. Hey, we're wondering if house construction is leaning towards cordless saws. I go around and I talk to a lot of the bigger contractors, and I don't see a lot of them being like, we need to get cordless saws. Every work site I see either has electricity, like the first thing they run to the site, or they get a generator. And
generator.
Yeah.
Barn sharks.
Barn sharks.
Take care of that. Let's see here. From Livingston. Oh, barn sharks, yeah. What was I just talking about?
You were talking about the cordless versus
Oh,
corded.
the cordless
and
versus corded.
Most of the time, they either have electricity there, or like you said, they have a generator, and then they can just run it off of that.
There are very specific uses for it, but you're giving up a lot to go with the cordless. You're definitely giving up size. If you notice, all the cordless stuff is much smaller, which means it's portable, which is, I guess, you're trying to pack out to a site where you don't have electricity. Still waiting another one from Evolution to review as well.
Wow.
That's too funny.
Slow.
That's exactly what they said to me. That's exactly what they said.
I will be right
We'll
back.
see who gets one first. You probably will. I pester them enough. They're probably not going to send me one at all these days. I don't know. But I was making sure the Labrador was. Here, come here. Come on. Come on. Up here. No, not up there. Come on. In the chair. Come on. There you go. There. We got a replacement for the missus. So, all right. Is it a Harbor Freight tumbler? It is. It is the Harbor Freight tumbler, but with the... I don't know if you can see that. It's the Yeti top. I had the Yeti one, and I lost the top to this one. I don't know why. Hey, Bear. You going to come join us?
Sure.
While Mom's gone? Is there a limit how many Harbor Freight coupons you can use on a single purchase? 1 per item.
I could plug in my phone and miss a moderator opportunity? What?
Oh, somebody was being snarky in the channel and needed to get put in the corner.
Ooh!
Joe! Woo! With the $10 super. Sorry, the $9.99.
Not even.
Yes. For you guys who don't know, the missus has a touch of OCD about having things being even. And this happened a long time ago. Somebody accidentally posted, they fat fingered it, posted the wrong amount. And my wife saw it hit as a deposit. She's like, why did you get a blah, 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 blah? And I told her it was just to annoy her. And she's like, well, you tell them that it worked. And so everyone started posting these odd numbers in the super chats. And it does. She's very appreciative of it, but she hides it very well. That part of her in the background is just going. They couldn't add 1 cent, could they? They just couldn't.
No, they couldn't.
All the hand tools are definitely going cordless, and if you're gonna have a cordless solution for a stationary tool, at least make it hybrid. At least make it so you can plug it in as well. I hate to see these ones that they're battery only, like the DeWalt table saw. You know, they were the first one with that miter saw to do the cordless thing, and then that was a hybrid, and then they come out with the table saw and they don't do it. I don't understand.
Oh my goodness, Joe, with the uneven numbers. I see what you're doing. I'm on to you.
They're just getting back to you for doing the 2 glasses.
Well,
thing.
this is not gonna end, so
At least
it's
she
only
doesn't have.
fair.
You know, I always say she's got her torque, her little headphone things with her at all times. She took them off because they're right here. This is the other thing she has on at all times. So,
Yes, that's true.
is it okay to use gas with ethanol in your generator? I've looked at True Fuel, but it seems you have to read the generator. It really depends on how it gets carbureted, whether it can handle it. If my DeWalt 20 volt circular saw ever dies, I'll get the 60 volt, but that little 20 volt has been dang good. Yeah. What are you chuckling about there?
You build it, we destroy it. He uses dollar coins, half dollars, and $2 bills at the local bar and grill because it drives the girl that owns the place.
Oh, yeah. When they're
I
counting
have to
money at the
say,
end of the night.
I love $2 bills. A lot of times I get them for the kids if I have to do something at the bank and just sort of set it aside. They are super cool. So, and I also like coins. So I would be stoked if you paid me in dollar coins, half dollars, and $2 bills.
There's my $2 bill,
Yes.
laminated, that I always keep with me.
Yeah.
See what else is in there. Is there some sort of limitation to 18 volt that they can't make one of those 18 volt wall plug adapters? I don't know what you mean. Like, so you just take the battery and plug it in?
Yeah.
Or is it so you can't put a 110 on it? I don't understand.
I'm confused.
We're confused. The DeWalt cordless table saw is great for DeWalt, and they're expensive. But yeah, that's true. That's what he's figured it out. Something about non-oxygenated
Oxygenated
gas. I must have missed it. Are we talking about welding?
I thought they were talking about the fuel mix.
Oh, okay.
It says yes, it's a 50-50 mix. Typically won't affect it.
So Yeti lost the patent on their products. Is that the one you're pointing out?
Yes.
And it got sold to Walmart. Now Walmart is making a whole new line of Yeti products marked as Ozark. They've been making the Ozark stuff for a long time. We've had some of it. I don't know anything about their patents. I'll have to look into that though. That would be interesting. I'm not a fan of Yeti, to be honest. I think their stuff is overpriced for what it is, and I don't like their stance on 2A gun rights. Why doesn't anyone make a starter for gas motors using cordless technology? I don't know. That's a great idea. But you have to have, you got to have some way to connect to the flywheel. If you had a cordless, like plug into the flywheel to start it, but that would be cool. Make it a lot easier on a lot of those things. Mm-hmm. Why would you keep a laminated $2 bill with the? It was my grandfather's. It's almost 100 years old. And it was. He gave me my first wallet. It was in that, and I've had it ever since. Zeffy with the $2 super chat.
Yay! My OCD brother. Okay, I have a
mean?
thing with symmetry too.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a big thing for
That
her.
is, yeah. So my tattoos have to be symmetrical. Life needs to be symmetrical. So I am right there with you.
Yeah, there's some things I could tell you about her. The trick to buying DeWalt batteries is eBay. Get 60 volt. Here's the thing about eBay. I gotta point this out. If you're buying those high end stuff, you're throwing the warranty away. And DeWalt is the worst one to do it. They're the first ones to go, do you have a receipt? Where did you get it? And if it goes through anything gray market, they can and will void the warranty on you. I get lots of feedback from people who've had it happen to them. This isn't just like hearsay. This is, I've got so many emails and conversations with people who've had it happen. I guess technically it is hearsay, but we're not going to get into technicalities. Yeah. Hey, Bear and Barrett, I said. The new 36-volt Matebo, I can never pronounce it, Matebo, has an adapter you plug in the wall, and the adapter to the tool, making it a hybrid. Oh, there's a bunch of those that are out there, and some that they're working on. I know. That, yeah, I'd love to see that in more of them, but yeah. What's happening to the Harbor Freight wall and standing cabinets? we talked about this earlier. They're a test product, and they're only in 100 stores. They're usually the bigger stores, and they're not online. And the problem with them is because they're just sheet metal boxes, they're getting damaged in shipping. So they were going to just send them out to everywhere, and they realized they had an issue with that, but they still wanted to sell them. So they're trying to find a cheaper way to ship them while having it guaranteed so that it arrives in one piece.
You Build It, We Destroy It says all small engines should never have more than 10% ethanol. You should not use stored gasoline unless
you use stable. You got to use stable in gas that gets stored.
Right.
Regular gasoline is so unstable. It's not like diesel. Diesel can sit for a while, but there's even stable stuff for diesel. But anyway, dear pumpkin in the house with $10. Woo! Just for grins and giggles and dry clean for the bear suit. I'm going to use that line. We were like, why aren't you a bear? I'm like, oh, the suit's in the shop. Dry clean the suit.
Scroll up, though, because there was a comment about how come there's different, was it ratchets? Like there's a 3/8 ratchet here. Scroll up more. It's Outcast Garage.
How come they sell some cordless stuff here and different ones here? Like a Ryobi 3/8 drive cordless ratchet that you can only get in Australia. I have no idea. I'm not the one to answer that question. Only see 99s. I did try to send 10.
What?
Joe, when he did his, and he did it for $9.99. Ditto on the no ethanol on small engines, asking for a gummed up carb. Oh, that's interesting. Speaking of gummed up cars, man, if you want to get some cheap mini bikes, always keep an eye on Craigslist. There's always somebody who's selling a mini bike that just doesn't start. It used to run fine, and it's usually just a carb rebuild. Ronald says, just bought both your coffee mugs as I'm a child, which I might come back and buy the one that says, I don't give a slip of gasoline is life. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Ethanol is a joke. Ethanol is a joke. And I'll tell you what, I grew up in Iowa, and ethanol is a religion in Iowa because it's money for corn farmers, and that's most of what Iowa is. And you won't see a presidential candidate campaign in Iowa who doesn't say they want to make ethanol a bigger part of the economy. And I think that's honestly why we see it pushed, is because Iowa is the first state that primaries, and they're trying to get that vote so they can get the push to get the nomination. And I think that's entirely the reason we see ethanol, because it's expensive to make, it's expensive to ship, it's hard on engines, and it's really hard on a lot of lines and stuff. And anyway, it's, if you're going to do the conversion, then go straight to pure alcohol and convert all the systems to handle it.
Jeremy Heffesord, it looks like he's responding to the Australia ratchet question, was saying maybe it's a 220, and that's the common electric plug there.
I think it's because down there the ratchets go the other way.
I knew you were going to say that.
She used to live in Australia. She lived in that orange part of Australia.
Perth. It's all orange.
It's all orange with kangaroos in your yard. Not joking.
Yeah.
Ethanol is great for small engine mechanics. Go Hawkeyes. Go Hawks.
Your peoples.
Yep. Yeah, they figured out the whole corn growing thing. They're all bioengineered seeds now, and it's not the same corn I grew up with, though. That was much better corn. It tasted better. It was sweeter. Tom, I have a Jupiter inverter. They work good, but I wouldn't run computers or sensitive equipment. And that's, I can understand saying that, and maybe run it through a surge protector or a line, what do you call it? Line, not softener, or what do they call it? A line conditioner. And, but there's a couple people I know who are on the channel who live in RVs and vans, and they use them all the time, and they run electronics on it all the time. It's worse for fuel. Yeah, ethanol is not great for fuel efficiency.
Matt.
So I should convert my car to race for E85 for racing purposes. Go Clemson. Roll Tide. Huh? No, that's Alabama. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not Clemson. No Clemson people. Sorry. Moderator, ban him or something. No. I'm teasing. Good natured football rivalries, you know. Know of a good TV antenna. Tinfoil? I haven't used a TV antenna in years. We don't watch stuff. We don't watch over the air TV.
Yeah, we don't.
We get everything through the internet. We don't even have cable. Guns N' Roses. Woo! Gotta love Guns N' Roses.
Yep.
$9.99. Love your videos.
Yes.
They think DeWalt sucks. I don't think DeWalt sucks. I was just teasing the fanboys. Hey, I got a question for Guns N' Roses. I used to be a huge Guns N' Roses fan. What's your favorite song? I'd like to hear that. No, the Jupiter's not a pure sine wave inverter. Although it doesn't even claim that it is on the box or something, but it's definitely not. In the Shop with Tom. I like that name. Love the channel. I'm a VCG. The E85 makes more power than gasoline when tuned properly, specifically with a turbo. Yeah, I could see that. The Paradise City. Yeah, Paradise City. It's a classic.
Yep.
I like Mr. Brownstone myself. Or Rocket Queen. Rocket Queen's good. Mm-hmm. Bucket list destinations. I want to go to Kyoto, Japan. I want to go to down to the. I want to sail around the world. That's what I want to do. I want to get on. I want to make enough money, buy a big enough sailboat, and just be gone. Hold on.
While he's looking at other things, I would like to go to Japan. I would also love to go to Morocco.
Oh yeah.
I would love to go to India. I have not been to England yet either. I've been a lot of places in Europe. I also would love to take my family to Bali. I went to Bali a couple times when I was younger.
I went to Bali a couple times.
He's not bitter
Not at all.
Not even a little bit.
She always throws it out there. Well, you know, the time I was in Bali. Anyway. Somebody said, hi, Bear family from Napa. We've been all over Napa and Sonoma and all that part of the country. Your family was in, what was it, starts with an H up there?
Healdsburg.
Mm-hmm. The parts washer, they're great, especially for the money. They work just fine. Dave says, love the channel ever since he stumbled across it. Big fans. Thanks a lot, Dave. Ethanol nitrate. Yay, Brownstone. Clemson fan spends $2 when the travel. It's tradition. How do you do that bear animation with style and panache?
Magic.
Yeah, sorry. That's one of the tricks of the trade we don't talk about. Why Kyoto specifically? I'm really big into religion, philosophy, and myth and folktales. Myth and folktales is probably my biggest passion besides fixing stuff. And Kyoto is the home of everything Shinto and all the myth and foundation of Japan. November rain. We don't talk about November rain in this house. There's bears in them there woods. Oh, I lived in Cincinnati, Ohio, when that album dropped, and they picked up "Welcome to the Jungle" as the big theme song for the Cincinnati Bengals, and it was so funny to sit there and watch a bunch of housewives and kids and parents shout, chanting "Welcome to the Jungle," and I'm like, have you guys listened to this song? Do you know what this group sings about? Want to do the Great Loop. Are you talking about the hiking trail in Kyoto? Is that the loop you're talking about? Because there's all these shrines you can go hiking up through the mountains to. So the idea is to fly into Tokyo, take the bullet train down. Spend a couple days in Tokyo, take the bullet train down to Kyoto, and then we've got family in Okinawa. So Anyway, let's see here. Oh, hold on. Will the parking lot be a good time to buy the new Fortress? There's a coupon out. Check out the Harbor Freight coupon database on the new Fortress. Hey, Bear, love the videos. You're the reason I bought the Harbor Freight workbench. I mean, you know what? I was anti-workbench for the longest time, and then a bunch of viewers, talked me into it, and I'm like, you know where you are. You know where you... I don't know what that's in reference to.
Maybe it's a song.
Sorry, I'm trying to... There's just... the chat window needs to be bigger so I can...
Yeah.
I don't have to scroll through everything. Greece is another great trip.
Yes, Greece.
I want to sail through the Dardanelles, into the Black Sea, do all of Greece, come around, do Morocco.
I just want to eat my way across
Eat your way,
Greece.
yeah.
I
The
really
Mississippi
like
and Atlantic
cheese.
Loop. Oh yeah, there's a lot of sailors who do the. If you don't know this, you can actually sail from Chicago down through. I can't remember what river it is. You connect to down to the Mississippi, down near the Ohio, I think, and you can go all the way down. And then there's a whole. The eastern seaboard there's the intercoastal waterway. If you guys haven't, look up some videos on the intercoastal waterway sailing. You can sail the sheltered waterway. It's like a little water highway all the way from Florida to Maine. It's gorgeous. WKRP in Cincinnati. I have been in that square. I went and saw Rocky Horror at a movie theater right across that square where you see the fountain in WKRP.
Didn't take me, thanks.
I don't know what's worse, GNR or the Bengals. I like the Ego 56 outdoor tool. Yeah, those things are great. I got a chance to use one of the lawnmowers one time. They're fabulous. I don't know. I've not heard anything about them making shop tools. Lightweight battery powered miter. Yeah, that'd be good. Marines, Bear. Yeah. Careful what you say. We're not supposed to talk about some things about certain Marines. We're a Marine supporting family. Let's just leave it at that. Good evening. Love the videos. Hey, Daniel. Thank you so much. What about the Sea of Thieves game? I was disappointed with Sea of Thieves. It's a video game that Bear's talking about. Got the Doyle diagonal cutters with angled head the other day. I got those, and I love them. I have been using them like nobody's business. Do you think a 3.2 horsepower router is necessary for a table? I don't think it's possible. Unless you're doing 220, I think the limiting factor of 110 means the most you can get is like 1.45 horsepower. I'm not an electrical genius or anything, but I worked with a lot of them, and some of it rubbed off. And my understanding is that the theoretical and practical maximum horsepower you can get out of any motor on 110 is going to be a 1.5 horsepower. But I would get, if you're doing a table, I would get the highest horsepower you can get.
There is a clarification about the Great Loop. It says there's an RV YouTube channel, Technomania, doing it.
So
that's
is it?
What they're talking
oh,
about.
that would be so much fun to do in the RV. Army beats Navy. You went Greece. Oh man, eating anywhere in the South, man. Eating. I love barbecue. Man, I'm a KC barbecue kind of person though. Tennessee is good, and I like it from time to time. I'm not big into the Texas dry rub kind of scene. I need a nice hickory sweet kind of sauce. What do you think about the Icon line that we released in socket? I'm stoked about the Icon line. Oh, hold on here. Wait, wrong grease. What do you think about rolling the credits here? Thanks for some quality chat. Thanks, Joe.
Night.
Thanks for stopping by. We really appreciate it.
Shine on.
Oh, I guess I got to get a little shout out. Mad Bad Bear, his gaming channel. He's got 41 subs. Always looking for more people who are interested in the latest games. He plays a lot of Fortnite. He tries a lot of the new stuff too. So if you're interested in gaming, check out his channel. Brand recommendations for smaller battery operated cord leaf blower. You know what? I like the Works stuff. I know a lot of people have issues with it. I've used the Works. I've used the Black & Decker small stuff. I didn't have any problem with them. They were fine. The battery is a little bit anemic on the Black & Decker stuff. Bauer is coming out with a leaf blower.
Did you see Matt's quote?
But you don't taste the meat if it's sauced. Yeah, you do.
There is a huge debate in our house because someone always thinks that everything needs sauce, and it's not me.
Yeah, everything in life needs sauce. KC barbecue is the best. Yes, it is. Did I see the Predator motor in the car video? I did, and it actually made me think of like some people I grew up with. Need a series visiting and buying one item from every Harbor Freight in the U.S.
I agree.
The Big Bear and I did a series where we did a one-day challenge and went to all 6 Harbor Freights in Vegas in one day. And anytime we go to a new city or something, I try to visit a Harbor Freight and do a walkthrough in that town. .110 current draws twice that of 220. Yep. Barbecue is a food group. It's one of the essential food groups, actually.
Mm-hmm. I'm beginning to see that.
Guess what? You're gonna have to take over. I'll be right back.
So this is where you ask the not super technical questions. Sauce is good on all barbecue. I think sauce is good. I'm gonna steal his chair. It's much comfier than mine. Oh, and the little ones here. In Kansas, there's barbecue that advertises where the sauce is the boss. I think I've heard about that place. I actually have been looking for a barbecue sauce recommendation, so I am not super into sauces. The square root of pi. Yes, sriracha sauce does rule. I make a sriracha honey chicken. That's really, really good. Yes, the bear is currently in the woods as we speak. Stockpile of different barbecue sauces. Now, when you say stockpile, is this like a hoarding situation where you keep it and collect it? Or is it like you actually eat them? Stockpile of... Okay, now I'm curious. Yay! Michael!
Thank you, Michael.
Mustard base, vinegar base, tomato base. I'm definitely not a huge fan of vinegar base.
Tomato base.
Jeff says tomato base. I would say probably tomato or mustard.
You don't like sauce, let's be honest.
Okay, you know what? You were not here. This is a private conversation between me and 116 of my closest friends.
Oh, this is
So,
not my normal chair.
you build it, we destroy it. We'll come back to that because that's not a sauce question. And I don't know
Are you
about
doing
the double
sauce live chat now?
I am.
The sauciness of it?
Oh, now I've done something.
Oh.
Aw, I just saw your message, Michael. If you went in the garage and needed a cordless drill, which one would I pick? The one closest to me that had a battery that was charged. That's my technical answer. I will switch spots with you, honey.
No, you're fine. Hi from Bakersfield. Yes. Sorry about my Bakersfield comment. Not really. Nice people in Bakersfield. They're just not a pretty part of the state.
Oh.
Well, what happened there? What'd you do?
Sweet.
Sweet baby rays.
Yes. How is the diet going? It's good.
We switched over to keto. We kind of had some issues. Counting calories was not working. I mean, we got us started, but we knew at some point we were going to have to get a little bit more serious, and everyone was pushing us towards keto, and it seemed like the way to go. So it got you past your plateau, that's for sure.
Yes, I was at a plateau for about 3 weeks, and so I'm losing again. So that's good. And I feel good. I definitely am still figuring it out. And I'm the one that typically does the meal prep, food prep. So, yeah.
Ever been to Canadian Tire, Princess Auto? No, I've not been to. I haven't been to much of Canada. I'd like to go see more of it, but I have not had the opportunity, unfortunately. And now they make it so hard to cross the border these days. So.
Carlos Nava is asking if we can make a do-it-yourself smoker.
I actually have plans to do just that. So I've got a huge list of plans for videos, and I need to get around to doing it.
Matt, congratulations on your 18 pounds.
Very nice. Congrats.
Super awesome. I feel like we should have another bell for that. I know that You Build It, We Destroy It had a question. It was about
sauce?
It wasn't about sauce. It was about power, I thought.
Oh, yeah.
Titanium line of welders looks awesome for the money, but I don't MIG yet.
Well, MIG is, of all the types of welding, MIG is the easiest to do. So it's the one I can do. As I often joke, I'm not much of a welder, but I'm a decent grinder. We're the only conservative part left in California. That's not true. The whole Central Valley. We lived up near Modesto in Newman. It's almost all conservative, except for Merced. A bunch of loons over there.
Wow.
Rural King. I've never been to one. I've only seen the stuff online. I'd love to go see one.
I was wondering about that. Thank you for...
Jim, 155 pounds since August 2017. Ring the bell for that one. You get a bell right. That's awesome. Congrats.
That is super awesome.
That is. We are hoping to be there too. Hi, Bear. New smokers after the master bedroom.
New smoker build is on my list after the master bedroom and bath is done. I got some progress on the 66 Mustang. Wow.
John says, not John, sorry. Somebody said, was it the secret to a better or a good diet is to burn more calories than you take in? Mm-hmm. It is, but getting your body to do it efficiently and to do it right and what calories to burn. That's because I used to have that same thought. It's calories in, calories out, and my body proved me wrong. So,
yes, it started to prove me wrong too.
Yeah.
And John said a grinder and paint. Make me the welder and paint. I like that.
Paint covers up a world of sins.
Yeah. Outcast Garage says, same here. I am a grinder too. Defcom says...
Labrador.
Rural King. Okay. The whole house is Liberer.
This is her. Duck. You gonna get it? You gonna? Hey now.
Matt says, I want to see a Harbor Freight engine in a car at the 24-hour Le Mans race with beat-up cars.
Wait, what?
You saw that engine swap, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's making a joke about that. Do you use Duke's Mayo? What is that? I don't know what Duke's Mayo is.
I know Duke's does barbecue, or
we got a new donation.
like beef jerky.
Did? Look, 999. Go down.
And
Should get there.
I'll be there in just a sec. So I think Duke's is the same company that does that. Favorite sport to watch live?
Hockey.
Well, that's
a given.
I mean, I like to play hockey, not watch.
Yeah, watching hockey does give you the feeling that I wish I was out there. Football's good to watch. Baseball's probably the best to watch live.
That's what I was thinking.
It's so boring.
But you're not really there to watch the game. You just sit there in the sun and have a hot dog and people watching stuff.
It's the experience, not the actual game.
Yeah. So
Jim
said that he has to admit that he had the sleeve guess
That's fine.
That's fine. I mean, I don't think either one of us is, everybody's on their own journey.
Yep.
So do what's right for you.
Joe, he's here. Hey, how's it going? Sorry, I didn't communicate better. And I wish there was there was more of a home page that had the videos as well as the community stuff all in one kind of thing.
And Troy, yes, I have checked out Thomas DeLauer.
Thank you.
Wow. Tim Fowler. Thank you so much.
Go on.
Oh, you're going to do
She's
it too?
going to ring it too.
Or she's going to knock you
out.
Try not to make it over
Thank you. Thank you with the $9.99. See, my peoples.
Yes.
Are they though, or are they my peoples?
Yeah, sounds like another bear growling in the cave. Oh, she's a Labrador bear.
Oh, thank you, Joe.
Joe,
keeping
you're an
it
amazing
friendly.
mod. Thank you so much. He really helps out with the channel, and we're gonna have to come out with some mod team T-shirts.
Well, you should make a mod Discord because then it'll be easier to, what do you call it?
Communicate on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I need to have more communication while I'm doing this.
And then you could have like sub mods, and then yeah. I know.
Dukes is the best mayo. I'll have to look into
Yeah,
it.
yeah. You know what the best kind of mayo is? Bar none. The best mayo in the entire world?
None.
I'm not a mayo fan at all.
Absolutely none.
It's weird.
It's the sandwich spread of the devil. Gas shield flux core. Some smooth welds.
Oh, Gary Peeves.
Yeah, you can run a gas shield on it. It gets rid of all the oxygen, and that's your biggest problem with
Where's
welds.
Barbados?
Barbados?
Yeah.
It's a island. I don't know.
Somebody wants a review. Carlos wants a review on the Harbor Freight RC plane.
Yeah, you and him.
Oh, wait. Where is it? Harbor Freight RC plane.
You've seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, I should do that on my channel.
On the boat, you were asking me. Yeah, that'd be a good one for your channel.
Yeah, I will do that on my channel.
Check out Joe's or Danny Edwards in Kansas City.
I haven't been to Kansas City since I lived in Iowa. We used to go down there. We'd go to Worlds of Fun. We also had so much fun. It's an amusement park in there.
Mo Chubbies, I'm sorry. He went ice skating and fell on his face at the ice rink right in front of his family, and they were behind the glass. They went, oh.
I've done that a lot. I've also hit the walls pretty hard.
Carolina Reapers?
Hell no!
What's that?
Those are stupidly hot pepper. I like spicy food where you can still taste it. I'm not into it's so spicy I can't taste anything else.
Breathe.
Yeah.
Interesting. Supercross, motocross.
Oh, yeah.
Rural King is fun. Something like Menards. But
Menards,
rules
yeah.
around
The
here.
Menards is a big superstore in there. Do you mind?
I have a question for A. Coppin. Where is Barbados?
Hey, oh, he's in Barbados.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I
Thank you so much. I've not made it as far south. I've been through the Bahamas. I've been to Jamaica, all through the Keys. And I've been to the U.S. Virgin Islands, the British Virgin Islands, and I wanted to go further south, but I've not made it down there. And then down around Mexico, all around the western side of the Caribbean. Sorry,
I have not been. I don't know how to fix the.
the whole window.
Yeah.
Move over to the side and now scroll.
Okay. Oh. Aha.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then keep the mouse in that window when you scroll.
Yes. Thank you.
British mayo is the best. Keep going.
I don't know anything.
I want a T-shirt. We're gonna get T-shirts.
Caribbean. I want to go. I want to go to all these places and eat.
I love the Caribbean.
Um.
It's one of my favorite places in the world. People are like, I want to go to the South Pacific, but I think my heart's more in the Caribbean.
Is this what Barbados looks like?
Joe Smith.
Yep.
Check out his tool and gun videos.
Yeah, Joe did. Check out his channel. I keep forgetting he started posting a bunch more stuff, and he's got some really cool stuff up there. So check out Joe's channel there.
Mayo's barbecue sauce.
Yeah,
Oh, what's that?
mayo. It's a secret spread a lot of people make.
A secret.
Biggest flop in tool history. Are you asking or are you talking about one?
Oh.
What do you think? Hello, here to inform you the Earth is flat.
So I have a question for you, Dad. What do you think about the pickaxes from Fortnite? Do you think they would be useful?
I like pickaxes. I'm more of a mattock person. The trailers are great. That boy needs a haircut. You tell me about it. Do you need a haircut?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, he
I
does.
want one, but yeah.
So I'm still thinking about the biggest flop in tool history. Oh, it was probably when DeWalt said that we're going to stick behind the NiCad line, and then they swore up and down we're going to fully support it. You don't worry, you can buy it. And then like months later, came out with their 20-volt line and just screwed over everybody. That was not right. We're talking about tools and barbecue.
Yes.
Dad, look at that one from Jeremy Huff. Buy the Harbor Freight RC boat, engine swap it with a Predator motor.
Yes, because the Outcast Garage said that he.
Outcast Garage, hey.
He had gotten one for his son, and he was saying the engine
Died on it.
Is it
needed
a motor
to be more
or an
powerful.
engine?
Yeah, that's kind of the thought. When I first saw them, that was my thought, was that they're not going to have enough gumption behind it. I got a buddy, talking about remote control boats and stuff. I got a friend who builds, I kid you not, working battleships. They're like 10 feet long, and they fire like BB guns, like fast. And they do little contests where they have little naval wars with them. That's insane. I can't believe that people do that. It's awesome.
Greg, I agree. I think that you should win the lottery, and you should share, and you should put lots of 9s in it. I'm okay with that.
Well, Harbor Freight trailers, yeah, I know lots of people who've used those Harbor. I've actually thought about selling the trailer we have to get one of the Harbor Freight, because you could fold them up, the folding one, and building one with sidewalls that fold in, so I could put it up against the side, not have to have, because we just don't have the storage for all the vehicles we have. Nice family, keep
Do
it
a
on the
20-volt cordless engine swap in the RC boat.
That would be neat. Oh, yeah, we got to set his up.
It's already set up and been used. But...
Oh, this is the one the bear here has. You should do a review of it on your channel.
I probably should.
Yes, our girl cub is a mini me.
Yes, she is.
Yes.
But with my sense of humor.
Could you put the oh? So Max Sparks says, could you put the 2 pairs of glasses in the blue scarf on the girl? Pretty sure she's...
Yeah.
Pork barbecue, always.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, I missed that one.
Mom has a picture of her running, and it kind of looks like me.
Yes, it looks just like you.
Did you get your voice back?
Did you see a comment about the RC plane?
Yes, flew into the grill of a cement truck and
I had friends who were big into RC planes, and their comment was, it isn't if it crashes, it's when it crashes.
That's right.
Dad, your hand's going to get bitten off. Belle's going to eat that duck.
Hello, Bears from Alabama. Just getting here tonight. Hey, Joe, thanks for keeping on top of that stuff. I appreciate it.
Harbor Free Run.
Oh.
You got a full cave. We do have a full cave tonight.
Do we, though?
Menards is amazing. It's like a combination. If you combined Home Depot with a Walmart and a grocery store, like a super Walmart.
Wait, so
And they have almost too much stuff in Menards. They're in the Midwest. They're the 3rd largest big box tool chain in the U.S.
Behind Walmart and who else?
No, big box tool chain. So,
behind Harbor Freight.
Home Depot and Lowe's. Lowe's has, I think, more stores, but Home Depot has bigger stores, so they have more square footage overall on average.
Other mods helped me.
You build it, we destroy it. That was actually me calling. I was trying to do a survey about barbecue sauce. I'll call back.
You two have great kids. We do. We're really lucky.
Yeah.
And our kids are really wonderful. Except for this one.
Yes. Well, she's growling. Yeah. Eleanor's actually braiding my hair, I think. Although perhaps she's creating a beehive.
Oh.
I'm not.
Well, go put the 2-year-old to bed. You
Yes,
gotta get,
be a good
get that
parent.
one to sleep.
And I don't know if you have more than just the 2-year-old.
Go on. Go play some.
But get rest when they get rest.
What are your favorite YouTube channels? Well, I love VCG, Explorer Steve, Dave Shudo over at Making It, Bob at I Like to Make Stuff.
Can't forget Tifu.
Anyway, who else do I watch? Some of the I'm trying to think what gun channels I watch. I don't.
Wrangle Star.
I do. I watch Wrangle Star. I'm trying to think who else my favorite. Oh, who's the guy who does all the construction stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Camara or something. This guy's on the East Coast. He built a castle out of shipping containers. And
Oh, right.
yeah, just do a search for shipping container castle. He does a lot of stuff with like bobcats and small excavators and stuff. And the man is an artist with an excavator. If you had a choice between working for Lowe's or Home Depot, which would it be? Oh, probably Lowe's. Home Depot used to be great, but ever since the original founding team retired, they've had a string of bad CEOs.
Andrew Camarata.
Do I watch Jimmy DiResta? I used to watch Jimmy DiResta, and his videos these days are more eye candy than actually learning about stuff.
Oh, can't forget Allier with all the clickbait.
See.
Yeah.
Jane Drill.
Lowe's or Menards, Dad?
Well, we don't have Menards out here. I've been to Menards
Someone
a long
was
time.
talking about the food in Menards is for if you get lost in there. And now I'm curious.
If
What
you
kind
get
of food do they
lost.
have? Like, is it like
It's like a
Lowe's?
grocery
Like,
store.
It's like a grocery store?
Like a
Okay.
grocery, like a super Walmart combined with a Home Depot.
What about the cafe?
Can you
and
tell
the
that I
fries?
get excited about food?
C. Jane Drill is great. I'll have to check that out. Who's the other one that has the weird Swedish kind of name?
Oh.
Alec.
No.
Alex
Alex
Steele.
Steele.
You watch
Alex
Alex Steele?
He's in
The
Montana.
blacksmithing stuff.
I know it's a woman, the one that you're talking
Yeah,
about.
and the
right?
channel's actually named after her dog. It's not her name or anything. And who's the
Yeah.
other one down in Texas?
The
one April Wilkinson.
Yes.
I watch her from time to time. I liked watching her build her new
yes,
show.
April Wilkerson.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Thank
Jane.
you, Eleanor.
I've seen her channel. See Jane Drill. I think she's may have commented on the channel before.
Yeah.
Each of them just make a 16-foot. Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
16-foot or what?
Trailer.
Oh.
I'm subbed over 500 channels from everything you can think of. Andrew Camerta. That's it. That's the channel. You guys got to check him out. He's a lot of fun to watch.
My subscriptions are pushing 1,000.
Used to work at Home Depot, and we actually don't cut our wood. We get it from.
Like the old food bars in Woolworths.
Oh,
That's a
yeah.
long time ago.
That's a
Yep.
long time ago. The Essential Craftsman. I've got so many. I should start publishing like all the channels I'm subscribed to.
Outcast.
Let's see the
Garage
Cubs
likes
wrestle
IKEA.
Papa Bear. They'd lose.
I would win.
Demolition Ranch. Demolition
Yes.
Ranch.
Demolition Ranch.
He's
Yep.
amazing.
How many
I really
do
want to
I
go to
have?
Texas to see him because
IKEA. You see that? Outcast Garage, you should go to IKEA.
Yes, I was commenting on that.
She tries to get us to go to IKEA at least once a week for dinner.
It's affordable.
And
is.
It's
It
really
is.
good. Hey,
And
Dad,
breakfast is more affordable.
And I'm addicted to the meatballs.
Yeah.
the meatballs are delicious. And so is
Outcast
their
Garage,
food.
what do you like getting there?
look. Oh.
Oh,
The meat-
thick cut
It
bacon.
isn't a lot of food that will keep you from starving.
Wait, what?
Thick cut bacon.
Oh, woodworking for mere mortals.
Yes.
He's just kind of spotty. He's been doing all these the paid lesson kind of stuff. But he's a great guy. He's down over in Northern California also, or at least where we used to be from. And he's just a
Dating
good
Jungle.
down to earth kind of guy. He talks about it's not really about the tool. The tools are important, but they're not nearly as important as most people think they are.
Okay,
Sorry.
here's a question for you. If you had to choose one, In and Out, Shake Shack, or Steak and Shake?
Steak and Shake.
Steak and shake.
I knew you would say so.
Shake Shack has some. Aren't they the ones with custard?
I think that's the one that I didn't care for.
Steak
we like
and shake
Chinese
all day
food?
long, man.
Yeah, steak and shakes are
Chili,
amazing.
chili spaghetti. Oh yeah.
You
And their
have
shakes.
problems.
Their shakes are amazing.
We like Chinese food, yes.
Oh
We
yeah.
love it.
You can't live in the Bay Area. I mean, that's the one thing coming from the Bay Area is, man, Chinese food, Vietnamese. Oh, I love Vietnamese. Good Indian food. What else did we get? I mean, the
I love
Mexican.
pho.
Oh, the Cuban, Cuban place. Oh, El Salvadorian. Oh, the pupusas. Oh man, me and pupusarias.
Barbecue.
And Japanese. If you get like the teppanyaki and that kind of stuff, and yakitori.
Gaining Jungle said, "What's better, In-N-Out or Whataburger?" We don't have Whataburgers.
There used to be a Whataburger down near the Strip.
I heard
In-N-Out's
that
better
Whataburger
than
was
Whataburger.
Really good, though.
It's good, but it's not the quality of In-N-Out. Honestly, my favorite fast food, of course, is Chick-fil-A.
I thought it'd be KFC.
I like it over at KFC and not McDonald's, but Burger King.
I like KFC for the original recipe chicken breasts, and the pot pies are good too. McDonald's, Burger King, or White Castle. I don't drink enough anymore to make White Castle have make the menu. I don't like any of those. If I had to eat one of those, it would be Burger King. McDonald's just makes my stomach hurt thinking about it, and White Castle's is for 3:00 in the morning.
I heard that White Castle went down in
I think it's
No.
changed, but
No,
I
no,
also
it
didn't
hasn't.
grow up eating it. So
Bulletin Menards is better than Lowe's or Home Depot.
Joe Smith loves pupusas, and thank you again for being awesome to our moderators. We appreciate
Yes.
you.
Thank you, moderators. Can I become a moderator?
Same
Chick-fil-A.
broker as the Sonic. I was so excited to try a Sonic, and I finally did have a Sonic, and I was like, this is what people talk about? I guess the slushies are good. The drinks are great at Sonic, but that's the only reason I would stop there.
Yeah.
KFC or Popeyes? KFC for the chicken, Popeyes for the sides.
So you
I'm gluten free, so a lot of those things I can't
Hold
eat.
on. Here's a channel you got to check out. It's a Southern thing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Gotta
Love that.
watch them. They're so funny, and they do. They have some comedy ones, and then they also do one that's called Back Porch Bickering, and it's just this guy and this girl sitting around talking about these Southern things about what's better, and they do like KFC versus Popeyes. They did moon pies versus what was the other thing? King cakes. And, oh my God!
Bella.
Labrador.
So I'm just going to say, Mo Chubby's Music said KFC used to serve chickens. Now they just serve chicks. Remember the good old days when they gave you a bucket of chicken? Elle, you're pulling my hair.
Yeah,
That
you
would
could-
fit over your head. My issue with KFC, you go in there and order chicken. It's
They
never
don't have
ready.
chicken.
They don't have chicken.
That'll be a 15-minute wait. Are you good with that? No.
You should watch Bing with Bashing.
I'll have to check that out. I haven't even heard of
Favorite
that.
gas station.
Oh, Pollo Loco.
What?
So he said El Pollo Loco.
Oh.
I like El Pollo
What
Loco.
is Culver's?
That's that chicken place we just heard about today.
Oh.
We were watching the video.
Yeah.
We had never heard about him. What about Jack in the Box?
Favorite gas station when you're on the road?
Oh, Flying J.
Alex French. What is my favorite gas station?
No, it's not. You don't like Flying. You like the other TA.
Yeah, TA.
I like Flying J.
I like the what is it called? Like the barrel.
Oh, Cracker Barrel.
Yeah,
Yeah, kids like crackers. It's like
That's
Like
okay.
the gift shop.
Yeah, she likes that.
Yeah, what's that
Yes,
place in Montana?
Church's chicken.
oh, Church's Fried Chicken.
Oh, my
Church's
goodness.
Fried Chicken.
I was.
It's finger licking.
Okay, no one's gonna be able to hear us.
Sorry.
$5.
Oh, we went to Duncan's
Here,
football.
here, ring the bell.
Okay.
Thank
so we
you.
went to
Thank
Duncan's.
you, Michael.
We went to football and we saw the sign that said Lulu's Chicken, hand looking good. And we were like, why?
Now I figured there's a whole hand. It was a local shop.
Yep.
We were just like,
What's the name of that Mexican fusion place here?
Mexican. It's Korean and Mexican. So
Comex? No, it's not Comex.
Comex.
No.
Comex.
Is it Comex?
Yeah, I think it's Comex.
There's a place in town. It's a small one shop called Comex. It's up in the middle of not the best part of town. but they've been around there for 20, 30 years, and they do Korean, Mexican, and the rice is amazing.
Yeah,
the fried rice
is really amazing.
Bojangles. I haven't heard of a Bojangles, and I didn't know they're still around. High Point, Taurus, or ATI? ATI.
I have no idea what any of that is.
Those are pistols.
Oh,
rifle
right.
guns.
I know what those are. I'm like, those are restaurants?
Although, have you seen the new High Point? They came out with an upgraded High Point, and it's got a threaded. I would never buy one, but
L.
I'm an F. When it comes to pistols, I'm an FN guy.
Ken Fowler said that girl's gonna comb a bald spot in your hair.
You have to
fried
Wisconsin
cheese curds! Yay!
She went on a
Bojangles chicken.
business trip to Wisconsin. We're actually just for a nonprofit, but anyway.
Los Pollos Hermosos has the best chicken. Ask for the Blue Magic Special. I feel like it could either be delicious or it could be an arrest waiting to happen. Beretta?
Hoorah!
Yeah, you're talking about that Taurus bought their. Scroll up real quick.
Tim
So,
Hood.
another-
No, Tim Hood.
They bought Barrett or Beretta. Okay, there we go. Okay, go now.
Beretta. Oh, you could do Beretta. Someone should type that.
Bojangles. We don't have it here.
Everyone spam Beretta.
HK is too expensive, man. It's too expensive. I don't like the pistols. They're oversized, and I got big hands, and I don't like shooting them.
I don't.
And for the price, man, I'll take an FN over an HK every day. Best super burrito at the SF Beer comes from La Temperature in South. I don't know if I would say that. What's the place in Berkeley you used to go to?
Oh, yes. I will think of it. Now is La Tapatia the one? That's not the one with the woman. The like Mexican woman with the flag. Oh.
Yeah. There's a woman's Mexican restaurant. Yeah, there's only like one or two of those, right?
It's South San Francisco. I'm thinking the Tenderloin. Never mind. Carry on.
Yeah, for you, that's South San Francisco.
You know me and directions.
He needs a clamp vise for drilling Hot Wheels. The cheap one from Harbor Freight isn't bad. I've used it for some small work.
Wait, why would someone drill Hot Wheels?
Hold on, just a second.
Oh, street tacos.
They
Yes.
refurb them. Oh, street tacos! I love street tacos.
How much can you
Smith
make
and
off
Wesson
that?
is a favorite handgun.
That's a question.
Who what?
Smith and Wesson favorite handgun.
Oh.
No, it's a statement. I was saying that was a question. It's not my favorite handgun. They're not bad. I like the revolvers.
Buy whatever weapon the Navy SEAL use. Their hands.
Nah.
I'll just get.
I think they use SIGs. They were using SIGs. I mean, they may have switched over to Glocks, but they were using SIGs for the long time.
No.
Taurus
Taurus
PT9. You know that the Taurus 1911 is not bad. I had a Taurus revolver, just 7-shot 357, and it was, it ran perfect.
Somebody's commenting that we've been doing this for 2 hours.
Is it shotgun?
Last time
It
was
really?
3.
It was 3 hours last time. We've been
Michael,
chatting it
the
up.
closest I've been to a gun is a shotgun mic.
A shotgun mic.
We'll come out with a line of cordless nail guns.
I wish. I have said many a
favorite gun
time
is a
that we need to see some cordless nail guns. I would love to see Harbor Freight do it. Although I was using the Pierce nailer on this latest project, man, the thing is smooth.
See, my
With the new Fortress 1 gallon, which is super quiet.
Dad, John Clark.
Yes.
Yeah, can you show that one? Sorry, YouTube automatically hides anything with a link in it. Favorite gun's a water gun.
Oh my gosh. I just realized Eleanor's putting a ginormous bow in my hair. Thank you, honey. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, Taurus is not known for their dependability and stuff, but if you're looking for something, I wouldn't count on it on a save my life gun, but for a range gun, they can be fun and cheap. Those of you, I know a lot of you aren't into guns, but if you want to have a good time, go out to a shotgun place that does skeet. Trap is fun, but it's not nearly as much fun as skeet. And a day shooting skeet is never a day wasted. That is
But make sure
it can be aggravating.
Really, they conceal carry a judge. Wow.
Yeah, I know people who do that.
What's a judge?
It's the one that shoots a
large.
45 or a 410 shotgun shell.
I mean, who
Is that
Is
the
it
place
wrong?
that we went to Battlefield?
We got a video from Battlefield Vegas.
I think.
She was shooting the MP5 and the M4, and I shot the AK and the Uzi.
Somebody said
All full auto.
Taurus guns or cars not reliable.
Yeah, that's true. Or
I
even
think they
people
were
with-
asking for clarification.
Even people with that sign. No. I mean, I could pick clay pigeons on the sky all day. That's the thing is, if anybody's been to a range and you're just shooting holes in paper, it's fun and whatnot. But watching those clay pigeons burst, there's something cathartic about it. It really, and you're outdoors and stuff. It's really nice.
And
we
then-
need to go shooting more.
Yeah, but then you have to have the Nerf guns because the Nerf guns are.
You and your
Robert Adams, you are evil for sure.
What
Said
do you
he
do?
wishes he could post pictures of his barbecue. He usually smokes a rack of ribs while his better
Oh,
3/4 is out of town, and he sends her pics.
that is wrong.
Yes, you can send me the pictures.
Matt, you're a Glock fanboy. We'll
Yeah.
get you into a 12-step program. Don't worry, we'll get you help. We'll get you onto the FN, train, and you'll learn what real firearms are like.
And then, or you could go with the.
Do you like
Glock
fried chicken or
17.
chicken that's fried? As long as there's sauce involved, I don't really care.
Wait, fried chicken or chicken that's the
Judge
same thing.
skeet shooting.
Wait, isn't chicken that fried the same?
It's okay there. It's okay.
Blue is the little mine. The 600,000. Yeah, that's the other thing. Long range shooting is a very zen kind of thing. Skeet shooting with a defensive shotgun. Yeah, I could say that.
Super frustrating.
That'd be a little frustrating.
Only Glock.
We're gonna find
Maybe
Robert
we'll
Adams
do.
in the news one day.
Who keeps turning this chair?
I don't know, but they both
Oh?
are.
You gotta stop making the chair turn because it's turning it into me and pinching my fingers.
Who needs fingers?
Hey, you
I
can use my
know.
chair.
Keep some leftovers for maybe a bone or two, and just that's what you made. We're gonna find him in.
Yep.
Yeah, a picture of you on the back of a milk carton.
And they'll be like, it was justifiable homicide.
The circuit judge. I love these names. They got the governor, the circuit judge, the what's the other one?
The Deagle.
I don't know. They've got a bunch of weird names for him.
Rob's asking if you ever shot a 50 cal.
Yeah. Yep. I'm more of a if I want to shoot long distance, like a 3.37, something like that. But the 50 cals they're fun to do once.
Are there any Sears near you still?
Nope.
Have you gone into one and checked out the current? Okay.
I went looking for some, and there's none around here as far as I can tell.
I buy
By every brand because there's no single brand used by public trough feeders nationwide.
I got lost.
Yeah. John Wick or Jason Bourne? John Wick. Well, it's not a fist. John Wick never gets into a fist fight. He's always got a pistol with him.
I mean, Tier 100 John Wick's pretty cool, but
Guys,
I mean,
Which-
honestly, Ice King's better.
Which Floorjack from Harbor Freight? I'm a big fan of the 3-ton low profile, the regular gray one. But it depends on what you're lifting. You got to pick the right tool for the job.
Matt, do you eat leftover chicken and pizza cold or heated up? You have to eat it cold. What kind of a savage are you?
Are you okay,
Okay.
Mom?
So guys, if those of you who play Fortnite will understand this, can we get a rip in the chat for Duncan?
Did you get taken out?
What? No. I'm about to go into a PvP and El's saying I'm gonna die.
I
Yeah.
can.
There's one in Concord, California.
There's one.
The like a long range, like a 1,000-yard range.
And
Sorry.
Who watches
Pizza.
Dragon Ball?
Sears is currently dumping their 41-inch tool chest for $275. That is a good deal.
Do you have a
Cold
cross
pizza.
in those?
pizza with ketchup. I've never tried.
Oh.
Oh, there's a Sears in Concord.
Oh, really? The dog's over here back talking me.
Cold pizza with a little bit of ketchup. I have never tried that.
That
know,
I
I'm
never
surprised
will.
I like-
Never. Can
But
you
it's
use
the
Glock
sauce.
cold?
Ah,
Government. Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry. Do you have Craftsman at Lowe's? You mean more like, have you seen Lowe's at Craftsman? You mean the Craftsman store? Yeah. No, he's playing Fortnite on his phone.
No, I'm not.
Well,
Playing Dragon Ball Legends.
Okay, he can. He does it all the time. Thoughts on the brushless Porter Cable Impact? I honestly would not buy anything Porter Cable. And I know we've got some people on the channel who like Porter Cable, but I wouldn't buy anything I wouldn't buy anything from Stanley Black & Decker except for hand tools. Like I like the Irwin stuff and stuff like that, and the higher end DeWalt stuff. Everything else, I think they've just kind of been resting on their laurels, whereas TTI has been, Milwaukee's taking it to the limit. Rigid with their Octane stuff is really killing it. Ryobi with the One Plus stuff is getting as good or not better than Porter Cable. In fact, I saw some testing facts that showed that Ryobi was consistently beating Porter Cable products, and Ryobi is supposed to be bottom tier, and they're beating mid-tier Ryobi or Porter Cable, which is, that's a Black & Decker, Porter Cable, and DeWalt, and Mac, and Craftsman are all part of Stanley Black & Decker. Dream Gun. I want KDP. I wouldn't say it's my dream gun, but the KDP Bullpup from Keltec. I would love to get one of those.
Oh yeah, the other one you wanted was from.
And I'm not into pretty guns. I'm into usable guns. So
you're not all about the looks.
Look at me. Except for what comes to you, sweetie. Everything else.
That's right.
I just get stuff that works. Ranch dressing, never. That's second
ranch
only to mayo.
Is amazing. He's confused. He has, as you probably are aware, he's had a lot of head injuries, so that's why he doesn't like ranch.
Well, hold on. Older Porter Cable stuff is golden. If you can get the older like bench stuff and the power, like the circular saws and the drills, they're all great. But when Black & Decker bought them, they did horrible things to them. Would
you rather go fishing on a hot day or a very cold day?
Can I have beer? I would rather go on a hot day. I don't know. I used to handle cold well when I was younger, but my blood's gotten thin. So someone's back. I saw that. Menorca makes his own dressing.
2000. That's what the
Brant's
gun was.
rocks. Bullpups are sweet. Steyr Og. Oh yeah, those are nice.
How do you get a Steyr Og?
With a lot of money.
One of my favorite places to buy tools on the internet was a website called The Tool Warehouse. Quality tools at a great price.
I'll have to check it out. I've never been there. Would love a Keltec Sub 2000. I'd like to get one. Just like for a truck gun kind of stuff.
Comment down your favorite dessert. Mine's cookies.
Yeah, I've seen the Chinese eBay stuff. Don't even bother with those. The no-name power tools. Coke or Pepsi? Like Coke Zero. Quinn screwdrivers. There's been a lot of comments lately. I asked about it. I've had a lot of people saying that they're seeing rust on them. And I've actually forwarded that over to... yeah.
Wait, they use Samsung batteries, so I could charge my phone with a Bauer battery?
No. There's a way to do it, but it's not easy.
Oh.
They're coming out with a USB attachment, though, for the 20-volt series, so you can then use it to charge stuff like that.
Cool.
Do you like Tecton tools?
No, yeah, Tecton makes great tools. Do you like how the Bauer line uses Samsung batteries? That's like saying, do you like cake and ice cream? Samsung, if you're into 18650 cells and that kind of stuff, which I am, Samsung batteries are it. That's just it. There's nothing else. Everything else is downhill from Samsung.
Sword or battle axe?
Battle axe. Are you kidding?
That's a no-brainer.
Actually, I want a Warhammer. I have a Warhammer. If you saw my video on the flashlights, I'd like to put a thumping on somebody. Bud Light or Corona? If I have to, I guess it would be Bud Light.
Comment down your favorite color.
What's the best item you used as target practice?
Look at these builds.
Mine is blue.
I can't say. I would probably get put in jail for it.
It says Gelato. It's me.
There's a reason it's called Jack and Coke.
Oh, yours is...
Where can I get a good digital caliper? The Harbor Freight digital calipers are just fine, and as long as you're not doing like machining kind of stuff. For anything else, they're great. Dibrock's in the house.
Dibrock.
Hey.
JB Phipps said gelato, sherbet.
Ice cream or frozen yogurt.
Do you have a P.O. box that fans can send you stuff? I do. It's what's the P.O. box? 2251 North Rampart, Las Vegas 89128. It should be in the about details.
Yeah, it should be in the about. Don't listen to his.
Did I get it wrong?
Yes. 2251 North Rampart Boulevard, number 177,
Oh, I
Las
forgot the
Vegas,
177.
Nevada, 89128.
That's our address.
Yes.
What's with the afro? That's just his hair. He doesn't let us cut it.
No, I do. I want to cut it.
His
But you
mom
don't
and I
like-
always go back and forth on cutting it. I want to shave it all off, and she won't let me.
The battery in the Braun underhood light.
Oh, I found a gold.
Is there any way to upgrade the battery in the Braun underhood light?
I don't know. It's actually hanging right over here. Yeah, you're not going to stand there and
Yeah.
just be on the phone. We use it for lighting on this table over here where we do some stuff with. And that's a good question. I've heard people complain that the battery isn't long enough on it. That'd be an interesting mod to take on.
Did it again.
Do you guys ever like to watch Vikings? We tried
to watch it.
Tried to get into it and couldn't. I've been on the Budweiser tour, factory tour, and that's something to see.
I haven't.
Is it cool?
Let's see. Why do I think the Bears viewership is about to go up right now? Well, I don't know. Coke Zero and Kosher Coke. I've never had Kosher Coke. Best LED lights for shops. You know, I'm a big fan of the Harbor Freight ones. You can get them with a coupon for $20, but I found out that Costco has a series of lights that are very similar. I think they may actually be a little bit brighter, and you can plug them in series, which makes them perfect for installing your own lighting solution.
Which reciprocating saw do you think is the best for the money?
I like the Harbor Freight one for light duty work. For anything heavy duty, I would go with a Sawzall. Hey, Bear, somebody asked, do you like cheese or nuclear photon? He doesn't get it.
What does it mean?
How many episodes of Vikings did you watch? Probably 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I've watched 0, so.
More capacity or brighter, there's a converter that should... Oh, talking about for the light. Go with the Costco lights. Yeah, and they're the same price as the Harbor Freight lights.
We hit those.
Coke with real sugar rocks. I can't drink cola with sugar anymore.
Favorite he hates pickles with the passion.
Oh.
I love pickles.
Pickles are horrible.
Pickles
are
are
amazing.
undead vegetables that have lived past their life expectancy. They're unholy and should be banished and burned with the holy flame of the emperor.
Thank you, Dad.
He tells me that they're zombie cucumbers.
They are. They roam the house at night.
Have a good night, Tim. Shine on.
Shine on.
There's someone in my house.
Night, Tim.
Oh, cool. Gaining Jungle did a run to Harbor Freight today and saved $15 in coupons.
Hush with the humming, singing thing. Little boy can't stop running his mouth. Mexican Coke with real sugar in a glass bottle. Yeah, I had it. I did. So I drove down through Mexico, down through Yucatan in Quintana Roo, and ended up down near what's the ruins down there? Right on the ocean. What?
Not Mazatlan.
No, other side. And
Acapulco?
no.
I'm not the direction person.
I was staying in Acapulco, and was south of there, and ended up in this little village in the middle of nowhere, mud floors and everything. They had one power line running in from the highway. It went to a center hut, and they had a cooler selling Coke in the bottle. And we bought some. Nobody spoke a word of English. They all looked at us like we were aliens, but...
Oh, yeah. Was that with Mommy Amanda?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Had me Coke Zero, he lost me with pickles. Oh, I hate pickles. I don't like fried pickles.
I don't
like
sardines.
any of it.
I'm not a fan of sardines.
No. I had a bad experience when I used to deliver pizzas with a family of like 50 or whatever. They ordered like 8 large pizzas with extra sardines, and my car smelled like sardines till the day I sold it.
I had a bad experience with sardines. It started and ended with sardines. Have you ever played a game called Kenshi?
Kenshi. I'll have to look that up.
Nope.
Cucumber salad is great. That's right.
Oh.
Apparently, Robert does not like raisins. They could have been eaten as grapes.
I like
or
raisins.
turned
They're
into
so
wine.
sweet.
I like raisins too.
I like grapes. White, good, sweet white. You gave me a grape from hell the other day. She comes in and goes, "Here, we want a grape." I'm like, "Sure." I pop my mouth. It was like the sourest thing on earth. I just, my face contorted. It was horrible.
It's because I love you. I want to
Yeah,
share
you
that
did.
experience.
It's one of
with
those
you.
things. This is awful. Try it.
That's exactly it.
Oh, your wife and are both type 2 diabetics. I'm sorry to hear that. That's a tough thing to deal with.
Mo Chubby says, your experience and insight with tools is valuable. I'd recommend creating a video of your dream team of tools that you would buy and use to build a house.
Oh, that would be a good one.
Yeah.
I've built a couple houses, more than a couple. I've built probably about 8 houses in total.
Bear, stop rolling stuff
But
around.
when I say
honey.
built, it's refurbished. Always, I have worked on new construction, but all the big jobs I did were always tear downs and rebuilds. We'd take it down to about 20 to 30% and rebuild from there.
That's
I don't
weird.
know about that one.
Tulum, that's it.
Tulum.
That's it.
Yes, you're
the
right.
most beautiful water I've ever seen, and I've been all over the Caribbean, and I've sailed a bunch, and man, I love Tulum. Just beautiful.
Hercules miter saw going on sale anytime soon?
As far as I've seen, there's almost consistently a $300 coupon out there. Check out Harbor Freight Coupon Database, hfqpdb.com.
Good job.
Phase rug.
Would you rather spit at somebody or get spat at? That's not.
No.
No.
Next. Do
Do you
you
like
like sauerkraut? I
I'm-
love it. Again, he hates it. I don't
And
think
I'm
you
German.
liked...
And I don't like sauerkraut.
Allegedly.
Allegedly don't like it, or allegedly
No,
German?
allegedly German.
I was born there.
Whatever.
Whatever. Facts. Do you like sauerkraut? Do you just a raw cucumber with a little salt now? That's good food. Yeah, I can see that. Raw cucumbers are not bad.
Harbor Freight 310 floor jack or Snap-on floor jack?
Harbor Freight. Every day of the week. Cotton candy grapes. Ooh, that's,
Sardines or bait?
Yeah, that's exactly what
Yes, I have seen those cotton candy grapes in the store, and I'm very confused by them. They
What are cotton
do not
candy grapes?
look like they would taste like what they're advertised to taste like.
If you're doing machinery calipers, I am not an expert on doing machine stuff, so it's not something I can. Maybe somebody here can chime in with the best machine grade calipers. I know you're gonna be spending some money.
Any news on the Icon tools?
Nope. I keep trying to dig information out of them. I get nothing about that. Although I did piss off the Icon guys by saying that the breaker bar was just for people trying to feel good about spending money. Apparently they didn't like that comment. Apparently the truth is an issue. But remember, I'm a shill for Harbor Freight.
Somebody else hates kraut as well.
And everyone should.
No.
UFC or
You're
boxing.
boxing.
Apparently you weren't here earlier. UFC all the way. I have a black belt in USJA Judo, USJA Jiu-Jitsu, and Shinkantai Jiu-Jitsu. And used to roll with a couple of the guys that have actually fought in the UFC.
What about ninjutsu?
No. You don't know about my ninjutsu.
They're asking, do we like any of the same foods?
No.
Not really. I love pizza. You don't like pizza. You don't like Italian food. Oh, we both love Chinese, but we get
Yeah, we
different
like
food.
Asian food.
We both love Indian,
Yeah.
but we get different foods.
get different food.
We always get different stuff. We never get the same thing.
No.
I can't think
Which is
of
funny because we share
chocolate.
food.
We
Yeah.
both like
We
chocolate.
both like chocolate.
That can be debated.
Which is funny because she never orders the same stuff I order, but she always ends up eating my food, which is
I
odd.
don't know what you're talking about. We're married,
Yeah,
so
see?
your food is really my food, and my food is my food too.
What about my
So
food?
your food's my food too.
Are the LiPo battery conversions safe? I don't know which conversions you're talking about, but I would say no. I deal with LiPo batteries quite a bit. I've been in the drone kind of stuff for some time, and LiPos are they're high power outputs, and I can't imagine anything tool related you would want to put a LiPo on. It's just too much power too fast.
Mitutoya? Is that a brand?
I don't know. Oh, I'm thinking it's answering for the calipers.
Oh, okay. Put the 21
that sounds
gallon
familiar.
compressor outside.
Yeah, definitely. If you can get the 21 gallon compressor in an outside shack, because the thing is so loud. It works. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. It gives you good, output, CFM for the money, and it's just so loud. Man, wait till you see my video on the McGraw stuff and the Fortress stuff.
Yeah. The best machinist calipers hands start in
Mitutoya.
Yeah. Yeah, probably
Popcorn?
totally butchering. No, he likes popcorn. I can't eat it. I love the smell of popcorn.
Hold on, you skipped a whole bunch.
I know. I'm scrolling back up.
Keep it family friendly. Yes, we are family friendly. We got Cubs here, and there's other channels if you want to have that kind of conversation. What do you think about the Fortress line of compressors? We'll finally. I was skeptical of the Fortress line when they first came out. I had a chance to talk to the guy who designed them, and now I've got my hands on them, and I'm all about them, man. Those things they're little beasts. They're great. I can't wait to see the 27 gallon one.
Sorry.
They're just. I'm gonna do a review on one. I'm gonna kick it over to Explorer Steve. He's gonna compare it to his Silent Air. I'm gonna compare it to the California Air. You'll see. Trust me, you will see.
What's the best price you've seen on the yellow 310 Daytona floor jack?
I don't know. I haven't been following that one because it's so high priced, and I'm totally okay with the gray one that I checked the Harbor Freight coupon database. That's what Filipino food is good.
It is amazing. What?
With the Filipino food, the little
The lumpia?
Lumpia.
Oh my gosh.
God. There was a
Super good.
woman we lived in Newman in Central California, 10,000 people, and there was a woman on Facebook who would sell fresh homemade lumpia by the tray. Oh, we made ourselves sick.
And it would not make it home. And
It
it
was
was
so
like 10
good.
minutes down the road.
We drove to get it, stopped at the park, and ate most of
Yep.
it. We're like, the kids won't know. We'll just tamp the tinfoil down.
Matt is trying to get me to strangle you. It says, let me order first, and then you order the same thing. Except you wouldn't be happy.
Yeah.
Oh, and he also hasn't ever gone to a restaurant with me because I'm the last person
You
to
would never
order.
eat. You just got to order your food and she'll get around. I tried to be the gentleman for the longest time, and now I know I just got to order my food because I will be hangry by the time she figures out what she's getting.
Yep. Okay. My wife and I like the same foods with something.
What are you doing to them?
I'm scrolling up.
We're gonna try popcorn with Tabasco sauce. Oh, I'm gonna pass on that one.
My wife and I like the same food with very few exceptions.
Okay, we're way behind. We gotta catch up.
Okay. Hi, Wheelrow.
Hold on, I was referring to nickel metal hydride lipo battery pack for older tools. I have not seen that. I'll have to look into that. Dealing with lipos in that kind of situation, if you don't discharge them right, it can be a problem, a big problem.
Have you seen videos of people putting mufflers on compressors?
I have. And Napa sells a little straight line muffler. I think it's not a muffler. It's a oil inline, or it's a inline filter. And it gets used for other things as well that make other things silent. But anyway, I've seen it used on compressors and work really well. No, sorry. I take that back. It wasn't compressors. It was generators. I saw that on.
Okay. Do you like the Cobalt Quiet Tech compressors?
The Cobalt compressors, all of them, everyone I've talked to has just had amazing luck with the Cobalt stuff. And you look at the big 60 and 80 gallon ones, or 30 and 80 gallon. Is it 30 and 60 gallon? Anyway, they got some great compressors. Dibrock in the house with the $2 super chat. Oh my gosh, I stirred up the dog. He did. You're awesome. Thank you so much.
What's the difference between yellow and orange Daytona jacks?
The yellow ones are their highest level quality, and then the other ones are a step down, as my understanding. And I hate to say this, but you can look at the welds. If you go in the store and you look at the weld lines, the yellow Daytona Jack is perfect, and the other ones have got some sloppy welds covered up with paint.
Hey, Michael. He wants to know, did you trim your beard today? It looked longer this morning.
I did not. I think it's just the lighting. You can't see it. I'm going to... I always grow out my beard and my hair over the winter, stay warmer, and then come spring, as my spring ritual, I shave, bald, and trim the beard up nice and tight for summer.
Do you know any good tools to texture drywall? I recently replaced the drywall. Holy guacamole. And want to texture it.
I have not done texturing in a long time. I'm going to have to because somebody put his brother's head through the drywall in their room.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that was wonderful. Got a nice hole this big in the drywall I got to patch. So I'm going to be looking into that also.
Robert Adams says, been running the Harbor Freight 3 horsepower replacement compressor pump on my 60 gallon pretty hard for over a month, and so far no issues, and better than the original pump. Can shoot pics, maybe a video.
That would be cool.
That would be awesome.
I don't know do you have a channel? If not, you can always send me a video and I'll be happy to post it.
Rigid sells muffler filter for their shop vacs.
Oh, that's a good idea. Shop vacs are pretty loud.
Somebody said if we like No, we have not tried balut.
What is balut?
That's the partially formed egg
Nope.
chicken.
No, the Napa solvent traps. Yeah, I don't know anything about those.
You showed it says in yesterday's video you showed a price for the Harbor Freight Bauer thickness planer.
Harbor Freight coupon database, hfqbdp.com. He should pay me a nickel every time I say that.
Yes.
They have all the up-to-date coupons on it.
Do you know a good airbrush to paint? I don't know what that means.
Airbrush. You're talking about for small detail airbrushing. I used to use them a lot. I had a business where I did paint touch-up on cars. But that's that was 35 years ago. And it was the first business I ever started. So I haven't done much since. The Harbor Freight airbrush is decent, but it's not anything I would call a fine detail kind of airbrush.
Okay. Frozen Walkway says, any recommendation for a tool belt?
No, I don't use tool belts anymore, because I'm usually working in a shop situation, or I set up a small workspace where I'm going. I used to be a framing carpenter, and I used tool belts back in the day. But I don't even remember what belt I used. And back then I wasn't picky. I just grabbed whatever belt there was because, as I say, belt just holds up your pants. So, I don't know. Sorry. Maybe some people have some... VCG just covered this the other day. They were talking about the best tool belts. Maybe we should do an in-depth dive on tool belts and talk about the best tool belts out there. It's just not something
I say suspenders.
Yeah, wants me to wear suspenders. I'm not quite that old yet.
What's a good 4.5 inch grinder? Somebody in Flyby 804 says Makita grinders all day. Oh, you know what? I want to go back real quick, talking about the texturing stuff. If it's a small patch repair, small work, go to Explorer Steve DIY. He's got a video on building a secret door. And he used this can of spray texture stuff, and it came out perfectly. Looks great. Thoughts on quantum headlamp?
They're great. All the quantum stuff. There was only one of the cheaper lights that I thought was kind of iffy. But all the quantum stuff. There's a quantum flashlight sitting right over there, and we've got, is it the H? No, that's the... I've got too many flashlights. Here's a quantum. I think this is the ultraviolet, so we can find scorpions. And I got this when Radio Shack was going out of business. The Intercell. I don't know. You can put that other stuff over there. Those.
Somebody's asking about your beard.
Hey, tips on get old. When I was young, I couldn't grow much of a beard, and I'll tell you what. I started growing a beard when I started working in computers, because I would be telling people like, yeah, we need to invest, thousands, if not millions of dollars in infrastructure, and they wouldn't take me seriously because I always had a really young-looking face. And I have thoughts about growing it longer, but every time I've tried to grow like super long, I get so scratchy and stuff. It drives me crazy.
Just passing this on if anyone's looking for a bargain sandblaster, Tractor Supply.
Yep.
In my area has one of those ones, handheld ones, comes with 2 bottles of media and the gun for like $15.
Oh, that's a nice deal.
Staining. Okay. Somebody else said get one with suspenders.
Get your son. Here, go down.
Yeah.
Cadillac of 2 months. My dad once made me repair the drywall after he discovered the damage strategically hidden behind the poster.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that was a learning moment, right?
Hey, I mean, I didn't hide anything. I just went, I threw him.
He came running downstairs
Yes,
crying. He
you
was
were
so
very
freaked out that
concerned.
he really hurt his brother. Luckily he hit right in the weak spot between 2 studs. They were wrestling, playing, WWE up there.
Looks like some other people.
The Stanley Fat Max tool vest. I've seen that. I don't think it fits me, so I haven't really been into it. Really, with the brushing again?
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh my gosh.
I'm back to playing Fortnite.
Latest catalog had a 3-ton yellow Daytona for $199.
Josh says he's got the 2 Coast headlamps, and while I'm not sure what model, the on-off button sucks. We've got some Coast flashlights. They're decent. They're not fabulous, but they're decent.
Pull my head off.
You get them, Joe. That's it. We have a zero tolerance troll policy on the channel. We're a family channel. We talk about tools. We'll talk about almost anything, but when you start getting into that thing where you're just annoying other people and you're trying to do it for fun, this is not the place for it. Go somewhere else. Go to 4chan. They love your sort over there.
Go to Fortnite Funny.
Uh-huh. And he built the house. Hides the plumber's crack.
Oh.
Look at Santa.
Any tool belt that hides the plumber's crack. That's true.
Yeah. Semper Fi. That's right. Yeah, I know about the whole beard thing. I used to be all red, hence the name. But in the past, it's you. You turned me gray. It's probably kids.
Oh, bye, Dad.
VCG construction collaboration. I talked to the guys, and we'd love to do it, but they're over on the East Coast, and we're here in Nevada. So I'm trying to talk them into coming out here. They said, well, is there good, they said, give us a good reason, something to come out there for. And I said, Vegas is the reason. And they, of course, agreed with that. But there's actually going to be a big expo here in May. And I'm trying to talk them into coming out for that. So you can... There we go. All right. You coming out in May. And we'll... I thought you were a
moderator.
A moderator. What happened?
Ooh.
Menorca.
We can fix that shortly.
Yeah. The... You want to bump him up?
Can I have
Okay,
moderator
well, I
position?
Yep.
I can?
Down at the bottom.
If I blast you into outer space, I apologize. Any good recommendations for a first aid kit between an IFAC and a Boo Boo kit?
Spam super chat if you want me to be a moderator.
Duncan.
Goodbye.
Bye.
You're banned.
We're going.
That's a good question. We bought ours so long ago. I have a tri-level kit that I bought from the supplier who makes the same kits for Arizona Highway Patrol. And it's a good enough kit that we were at a birthday party where everyone there was like surgeons, like ER surgeons for Kaiser. And the dad is like one of the top surgeons at Kaiser. And somebody cut their thumb and they spent more time oohing and ahhing over a kit, but it's you can't just go out and buy one. So I can't give you.
You kind of have to build it.
Yeah,
I think maybe
I've thought
it would
about
be a good
selling
idea
kits.
to do a video about what you should have in your shop
Yeah.
kit.
Yeah, I always carry a blowout kit because, being a firearms instructor, being able to stop, stabilize, and get to an ER is the most important thing than anything else. So I had a blowout kit I always kept with me, and then other than that was the 3-tier, which and by 3-tier it's like I said, it's like a boo kit, medium level kind of stuff with meds and whatnot, and then the splint, tourniquet, chest patch kind of stuff.
Which we hope no one ever needs,
yeah.
Especially not in a shop.
She's had medical training, and then I've had what do you call it? First aid, like critical first aid kind of training. So I'm down here to I'll get you a mod job. Banning kids. Struggleville collab. I know who Struggleville is, and I know he did Harbor Freight stuff, but I saw some videos, and then it seemed like he stopped doing Harbor Freight stuff, so I don't know. I'm always willing to do any kind of collabs with anybody who's interested, but I don't even know if he does this kind of stuff anymore.
Jabrock, we see you. You're not timed out.
We can time him out. He needs a good timeout.
Freeman Air Tools?
Any ideas on socket sets? Harbor Freight has some decent ones. They can't time out mods. You can still send him to his corner.
Sorry.
Freeman Air Tools. No, I have not. Sorry. Yeah, selling. That's if you go and you shoot at the range you should have a basic. They call them a blowout kit. It's basically if somebody gets shot, it's a way to staunch, tourniquet, cover, and stabilize the patient and get them to an ER, because you need to get them to an ER. That's the most critical thing. Mm-hmm. And it's like having a fire extinguisher in the house. It's you don't ever want to have to use it, but they don't cost that much, and you should have one.
Yeah.
Go to the corner, DaBear. Rinse yourself.
Then going to get another beverage. Okay.
Okay, get me one too, will you? Do I have anything in my drink over there?
No.
Did you drink it?
There's ice, but there's stuff down there. You hand it to me.
Oh. See, people are asking about the drink of choice.
Okay, let's not show our shame.
She quit. She was caffeine free for the longest time, and then I sucked her back in. I feel bad about it.
Yes, tampons are good for bullet wounds.
Yes, they are, and there's
so
one.
Don't be afraid to rock the tampons.
I have them in my kit, and be really careful with what do you call it? What's the bleeding coagulant stuff that they use? The not quick see. What's it called? The
quick clot.
Quick clot. Be really careful with quick clot. The way it works is it's a chemical burn, and you can small wounds. You can end up doing more damage with quick clot than you can with helping the victim. A lot of cases, you're probably better off with a tampon. Yeah. What's my favorite beer? I like Black and Tan Guinness with Harp. If I'm drinking just beer, I like Spaten.
Yep. It is hard to get rid of caffeine.
But really, I'm a bourbon drinker. But I don't drink as much as I used. Hardly ever these days. Yeah, it is hard to give up the caffeine.
Molson Canadian.
When I used to go to a lot more hockey games, I drank a lot more Molson than I used to. Struggleville uploaded Okay, I just... I tried watching some videos. He got really deep into these, weird, kind of... I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about it. He's people like his channel. I know a lot of people who are fans of my channel are fans of his channel, so...
Yes, Robert Adams, your fridge definitely needs a bear sticker on it. I agree.
Yes, it does.
And then I want a picture. One with stickers on it.
Using gunpowder in a match to cauterize it. Yeah, I don't know. Have you ever had maple Jack Daniels? Oh, that sounds
I think
horrible.
I saw that.
That sounds like, oh, no. You know what? One of my favorite bourbons is Woodford's Reserve. If you, like, for a bourbon you can go in and buy at just any store about, it's probably the best just off the shelf bourbon you can get. But they came out with a double oaked, and you're better off licking a tree, because that's what it tastes like. I've licked a few trees in my day, and it tastes just like it.
I had no idea that I'd married a tree licker.
See, Robert agrees. Woodford's is the best. I love Woodford's with a Coke back. I'm good for the evening. Maybe a little barbecue.
Crown Apple is good with apple juice.
I don't do blended whiskeys. Fireball is good. No, Fireball's not good.
As an antifreeze ingredient.
Fireball took over. You know what Fireball is? Fireball took over the slot of Jaeger as that I dare you drink.
Yes.
For the guys going out to bars to get fired up and talk to the girls and stuff. It used to be like, dude, let's do some Jaeger shots, and now it's like, let's do some Fireball. And yeah, licking a tree. I'm not joking. Pendleton, Camp Pendleton.
Where are you Oh. I thought you were just hallucinating.
Yeah, I found, Michael, you're right about that. If I do drink too much, the aspartame or whatever can get you kind of twitchy. Shock Top Belgian White.
It's a beer.
I thought that was a guy that was posting this. It's a girl?
No, it's a beer. I said.
No, William. I mean, if he's drinking Belgian White, it's got to be a girl. I'm teasing. I'm teasing.
Smother him in his sleep.
Don't listen to me. I don't take myself seriously. I just like to rib people. Got to pull a few tails every so often.
Bought a few things. PJ had posted as deals. I talked to him.
Who's PJ?
I don't know.
Because is that Struggleville? Oh, Pendleton whiskey, Canadian blended. I don't do the blended stuff.
Fine mead like Viking blood.
Goldschlager. I should do. Some people have been asking me to do how to make mead.
Butterscotch schnapps.
Oh, butterscotch schnapps is really good.
Zima? Do they still make Zima?
Oh my gosh.
What is better than prime Rid Loft in the New Orleans?
In the Orleans. I don't know, but the Orleans is not a great place. I mean, if you're just going to crash and then hit the strip and do stuff, it's totally fine. We go to see the movie theater. There's great. And there's a Fridays in there.
Yeah, the Fridays is really good. I've eaten there. The food's great. I've also eaten at the buffet there. There is a weird smell at the Orleans.
Yeah.
It's like
old carpeting.
Well, no, but it's just like whatever cleaning product they use. It's really a little overpowering.
Squirt with tequila. I don't even want to talk about that. I'm a Glenlivet. You know why I don't like Scotch whiskey is because it always reminds me that smell of what do you call it? Oh, peat. It smells like the home and garden department. When you walk out, when the doors open, you're going out in the garden section, and that fertilizer smell hits you.
Coronado Brewing Mermaid Red is a local beer in San Diego. We go to San Diego.
If it's named Coronado, it must be expensive.
Yeah, I was going to say. If I play my cards right, hopefully I'll be there in October. I think it's October.
And Redemption Garage. Hey, are you still on here? I've been really liking his videos. He's been doing some really good stuff. I know you are. I'm just being an ass. Don't mind me. Zima and Jolly Ranchers.
I saw that. The smell of fertilizer can be like home.
Well, when we first moved to the Central Valley, the kids were like, "It smells like cow." You know what? Here, and I'm like, "Oh, it does. It smells just like Iowa." I love it.
Hacienda Vieja tequila. Squirt. What is up with these people drinking Squirt so much? I thought I was the only person.
No, I've had that with Squirt. That is actually really good. I was at a party, a poker party, and somebody got me to drink that. I was surprised how good that is. Tequila, if I'm going to drink tequila, first of all, I only drink añejo. And I never drink Jose. That is horrible. And the, what's the one with the deer on the front of it? Starts with a C. I can't remember it. That's a good basic añejo tequila. I miss Iowa too. I want to take the kids back and show them around and drive them all over and stuff. It's a beautiful place. Bill Bray has a review of it up now.
The Hercules job site table saw.
Have you had a chance to look at the Hercules? Yeah, I have. I've been using it in the shop. It's great. I really like it. And Cazadores, that's it. Man, I have drunk my way all over Mexico. I've been
Very
everywhere.
responsibly.
I've been everywhere in Mexico except for Mexico City and except for very, very southern western Mexico.
Squirt is grapefruit flavored.
Yes, it is.
Shasta, Tiki Punch, and Rico Rum. That sounds very upscale.
Oh, and a mint lifesaver.
Okay.
The NASCAR
I feel like
Mai
I
Tai.
need to just try that.
I am going to have
I
to
feel
try
like
that.
needs to be like on our bucket list now. Like we can't die till we try it.
We got to go. We got to do a date night and go to that tiki bar in town.
Yes.
I would love to. The Mai Tai thing made me think of it. I love tiki bars.
The German Radler.
Oh yeah, 7-Up and lager. What are some of the ones we used to drink back in the day? There was the Flat Tire, which is Jack and Tawaka. Because if you don't have the Jack, then you've got Tawaka. Then there was the Three Wise Men, Johnny, Jack, and Jim. Was it Jim, Johnny, and Jack? Then Loch Ness Meister. There's a drink that'll leave your teeth fuzzy the next morning.
Outcast Garage said, got a job offer in Vegas. What would be a good area to live there?
Centennial is a nice area that's not too expensive. I like older Vegas. A lot of areas that people think are kind of questionable. They're kind of close to the questionable areas, but they're not bad. And there's some places where you can get some decent size, like half-acre house lots with houses. And you got people with horses in the backyards, great big shops and stuff. I think when we finally do buy a house here, that's where we're going to end up. Because we're getting our kids into one of these... not magnet schools, but I think of charter schools. So it doesn't matter where you live in town. We're living in an area that's very, very hoity-toity, and I'm not appreciative of. It's a gated neighborhood, and people around here are way too smug for their own good. And but it's because we wanted to make sure our kids got a good education. And in Vegas, unfortunately, the schools are not great.
He's asking. Somebody said, "How about Henderson, Nevada?"
That's where I wanted to live. When we first moved here, I wanted to move to Henderson, but the schools down there aren't great, and my parents live not too far from here, and we wanted to be closer to them, so that's why we moved here. And I've been regretting this location. Our landlord, the lady she's an older. I think she came here from Iran. She's amazing. She's so wonderful, but she's got to sell the house because it's too much of a hassle for her. She's getting on in years, and so anyway, she's gonna sell the house. And she asked me if we wanted to buy it. We talked about it, and it's just no, I don't want to own this house. Sorry.
Jabrock's gonna be in Vegas.
Really? Hit me up. Send me an email. We'll grab a drink together or something. I still got to do a meetup here. First round at Frankie's.
Bike week here this coming week.
Are you in Daytona? That's the only bike week I know. I know there's other bike weeks, but I always think of Daytona. Eagle City, Wyoming, my hometown. Eagle City, Iowa. I just made a Roy Rogers. That is, I turned the Cubs onto that, and now anytime we go out to a nice restaurant, they're always at the whispering, "Can I get a Roy Rogers?" They feel very sophisticated ordering their Roy Rogers.
I'm sorry to hear about your mother and in-law, DaBear.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that's gonna be hard.
Yeah. Minorca, I guess, is 20 minutes south.
20 minutes south of Daytona. Daytona is nice. I loved it. Bike Week in Sturgis. We were in Sturgis 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. We were there the week of Bike Week, but we were there 2 days before it officially started. But it was already
started.
Yeah, it was a madhouse. There was an old, I think it was like, I don't know if it was a Kmart or something. It was some big kind of store that had gone out of business, and they'd taken over the parking lot, and it was a used bike parking lot. And they were handlebar to handlebar as far as you could see. It was amazing.
And I had been to Sturgis a couple times. I think I went when I was 13, and then maybe again when I was like 16. It's a great experience. If you get a chance to go, I would recommend it.
Mo Chubby, music. I want to live in an area where mountains. Move to Montana. You don't need a lake. You can go fishing in every single river in Montana. The fly fishing is amazing. Not that I'm good at it, but...
Hey, that's not what's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to the 500. Are you going to sleep, sweetie?
No, she's asking for a cookie.
Can I get a cookie?
No. I'm going to make you...
This is Foxy. This is her friend.
Later. So.
A keto cookie?
No, it's a fat bomb.
Oh, fat bomb. That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, a large flowing river, not a lake. You want something you can... But anyway, I got to say, she's got family that was in Montana. She inherited a house there. We've been going there and trying to go every summer. And I've fallen in love with Montana. It is a fabulous place. It is. My dream is to retire and spend our summers in Montana and our winters like in an RV traveling the South and down into Mexico.
I agree, David. We should do a collab with Alex Steele when we're in Montana.
A real fox. Yeah, Alex Steele. There's your Foxy.
Yes.
He won't. Yeah.
Oh.
He won't do collabs with anybody who gets less than 1 million views in a month. We're just about to hit 4 million. We may actually tonight hit 4 million views total for as long as we've had the channel. So I don't think he wants to do a collab with me. But I do know exactly where his shop is.
Somebody had asked about kid-friendly things to do with kids in Vegas. There's a ton. There's lots of things that, there's tons of parks. There's hiking. We have taken our kids to the Strip. Some people, everybody has to make that choice for themselves. But there's plenty of kid-friendly things to do there. Circus. There's kids shows.
The Ferris wheel thing. What's that called?
Yeah, the Link.
The Link. The giant, it's like the London Eye, but
yeah,
I love doing that.
The Flamingo, the Hotel the Flamingo has flamingos inside. There's animals.
The shops at Caesars.
Yeah, I mean, even just walking around inside the shops is great.
The Venetian, the canals, and inside.
Yeah, so there's tons of things to do with kids. Tons of things that are off strip. A lot of people, when they are thinking about moving here, they think, hey, everybody just spends all their time on the Strip. If you live here, you honestly never go to the strip.
The Pinball Hall of Fame.
Yeah. There's also
Battlefield Vegas.
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
This is my biggest kid that I take to Battlefield.
Pawn Stars. We've been to the Pawn Stars shop. We've never met them. And there was nobody there that we recognized. And from what I've heard from everyone else, they're almost never in the shop.
Cheap Reviews says, hey.
High school robotics competition. That sounds like fun. I love robotics kind of stuff. Is it something that anybody can go to? Because I'd love to go check it out.
Tell us when. We'd love to go.
Cheap Reviews. Hey there. How's it going, man? Hey, everyone, check out his channel. He's started recently a channel, and he does all sorts of stuff. He got a bunch of Harbor Freight stuff. He's got some Milwaukee stuff. Definitely got to take a look at it.
The hotel with the roller coaster in it, I think that's the Stratosphere, right?
They used to have a roller coaster. They got rid of it. Now they just have those other little rides. He's talking about New York.
Oh,
though.
okay.
And you know what? I was surprised. That's not a bad roller coaster. It was. I did it. It was a long time ago I did it, but it was fun. And I'm kind of a roller coaster snob. I've been on some of the best roller coasters, at least 20 years ago. But anyway, I liked it.
Joe Smith, the Pawn Star shop, it's like super, what's the word when people come from out of
Touristy?
town? Very touristy. So there's like kind of like a security bouncer guy. So if it's a weekend or a day when it's like super busy, I can see how your friend never got inside because you have to wait sometimes.
I hear if you like ATVs, Vegas has a lot of stuff outside. There's all sorts of riding and rental shops and stuff around Vegas.
And the Bureau Land Management.
Oh, BLM?
Like, yeah, there's tons of things that you can go and do with the family, if you like nature, that kind of stuff.
Are you sure I don't think the Stratosphere still has the roller coaster. They had it. I remember thinking it was ridiculous, but I think they got rid of it because we were there like 6 months ago, I think.
Have you ever gone to the Dig This place?
No.
They only had that thing that went up and down on the long thing. And
Yeah.
They only had that thing hanging off
The things that hang off, dangle you off the side. And then they've got the bungee jump kind of thing.
There are magic shows that are kid-friendly. There's a few of them that are specifically geared towards kids.
Circus has a roller coaster inside. Yeah, we've seen the one at the state line. We drive by it every time we go to California.
Paul Bailey has never met you before. Are you into politics at all?
Me?
Yes.
No, I'm not into politics at all. I had to create a whole separate channel because YouTube was getting all snitty with me. I created one called DaBear. Was it Red DaBear for President? But I don't post there enough. But yeah, don't get me started on politics. I'll go all night. She loves it when I do too. What?
Supposedly, the Dig This place is a place where anyone can drive construction equipment and dig in the ground.
Oh, we heard about that.
I want to go do
We
that.
talked about it. You were iffy on it before.
Okay, well, now I really want to do it.
Hold on. Best single Harbor Freight item must have. Hercules 12-inch compound sliding miter saw.
Okay, now I'm excited. I'm going to go look it up.
She wants lessons driving a big rig. That's what she's been asking for.
I like really big vehicles, and I like to drive heavy machinery.
The magnetic bowls. Anytime they're free, I get the magnetic bowls.
Wait, magnetic bowls?
The little dishes I use to hold parts with.
Oh, yes. Those are super cool.
Cirque du Soleil. Man, go see... what's the first one that's at... The one that's at Treasure Island is the original. And I still think is the best. Which is the big water show, is fabulous. Fanboy. Fan bear. Thank you very much.
The Cirque du Soleil, they also do like practice. What do you call that?
Oh yeah, they do rehearsals. You can get cheap tickets for it.
And you can go for free. I want to say it's Tuesdays. It's only for like half an hour. But my thought is, I always think about if you're on a budget or if you have a lot of kids, it's expensive to go and do things if it costs money. So definitely look into that. And I will get the website for you, but I think it's like Fun Cheap Vegas or something. There's a few websites that have things that you can do for free or cheap.
Try driving a Bobcat. I ask for every year for my birthday. She asked what I want for my birthday, and I say a Bobcat. I still don't have one.
Okay, now you say just don't drive too fast and tip it over. But does it have like a 5-point harness? Like, is it okay if you tip it over?
It's not horrible. It's got a little bar that drops down. It's like a roller coaster bar that locks you in.
Is it like Aliens? Like
yeah, it is. It is.
See, I would like to drive one of those.
Yeah.
I would.
What's that line? Where do you want me to put it? Over there. What you call sugar britches or something? Or I don't remember what he calls her. That's
No,
a great
he
one.
laughs because they're all totally blown out of the water that she can drive it.
Yeah.
Or that
I want one of those things.
No, me first.
What did Jeremy Huff say? I missed it.
I don't know, and I'm driving, so that's a problem.
Wobble sockets. Yeah. I almost bought one the other day. I almost bought the wobble socket set. And I was like, I don't really need one right now, and I've spent enough money. And I get home, and the next day I'm working on a project. I'm like, you know what would be perfect here? A wobble socket. I was so angry with myself.
Oh, somebody pranked somebody and stole their... Pranked him saying his stolen tailgate was on the show. Oops. Outcast Garage drives rock trucks.
Oh, wow. That's cool. And run heavy equipment for a living. There you go.
Just $80K for a Bobcat. Everyone should have one.
The used one, you can get a decent used skid steer for $10,000 to $15,000. You can get it for cheaper than that.
Okay, so the guy who used a Bobcat to snag an ATM machine and then led the cops on a low-speed chase in my hometown. Like, how did you think you were going to get away with that? Granted, you're not really a thinker if you're doing that, so yeah. Oh, the robotics contest is Wednesday, March 27th to Saturday at Thomas and Mack Center. Okay, cool.
I'll have to check that out. That sounds like a lot of fun.
I find it hard to believe that you work in IT and you never mess with computers for fun. I'm going to say maybe that's an exaggeration. Rent an Argo?
That sounds familiar. I don't remember what that is.
Every skid steer has a seat belt. Bobcat is bar-like on newer roll... What is that word?
Roll bar? Roll cage?
Roller coasters?
Roller coasters.
I don't know what that word
typo?
is. I don't... I write typo.
Yeah, she does. It's like learning a whole new language, trying to understand her text messages.
I use like 3 of them together with a breaker bar to unbolt an engine mount. It's pretty cool.
Almost crushed to death by a safety cage when he tried to jump out. Yeah, that's the kind of thing. If you're in something like that, your best bet's probably to write it out.
Oh, wow. If you've got time, you could start doing side work to pay for your used Bobcat.
I've thought about it.
Yep. Criminals are geniuses. That's right.
Yeah. I've honestly thought about like just buying a backhoe and doing some side work. Just storing it is just such a pain around here. If I had one of those houses with like, a half acre, I could do it.
I can see it now on the news. A big brown bear driving a Bobcat, dragging an ATM behind it. Somebody, Flyby 804, I think I've seen this one. Yeah, I got you beat. We had a military guy steal a tank and drive it down the interstate while the police chased him. He took it to downtown Richmond and finally gave up. Somebody said I was on 303 last year.
You're gonna do a vertical, like that vertical engine. I sold it. We right after I was talking about it, a guy contacted me from St. George, Utah, and he does landscaping for a living, and his engine had just died on him.
Oh right, yeah.
So we drove up there for the day. We went and saw that great dinosaur.
Yeah,
park.
they just sent me an email. Somebody was asking if you watch Stumpy Nub's woodworking.
Something about him gets under my skin. He's really good at what he does. He knows so much, but there's something about his... I don't know what it is. It just nails on chalkboard for me.
Someone asked if they showed the guy that stole the tank on TV. I think there's more than one guy that's stolen a tank.
I've definitely seen guys in tanks doing, driving crazy down the streets, running over cars and stuff.
Yeah.
Stumpy Nubs was a shop teacher? Are you kidding?
Wow.
Criminals are either geniuses or incredibly stupid. There's no middle ground.
Yep.
I can see that.
What vintage brand of tools to keep an eye out at auctions? That's a good question.
Craftsman first and foremost. The the older Craftsman stuff, the older Snap-on stuff is really collectible. Even some of the Blue Point stuff is got a niche. There's a bunch of them. Go to vintagetools.com. I think it's called vintagetools.com. And there's a database of all the collector kind of tools. Let's see. Here's maybe carries bear spray. Anybody need a good business name? Splits and Splinters Carpentry. Saw a video of a stolen tank tearing open an RV. Yeah, RVs are not.
They are not structurally sound vehicles.
No, there are paper boxes on top of a truck chassis.
Yeah.
What time is it?
Late o'clock. Oh, we're old. It's like 9:05.
Is it okay? I was saying, looking at the Cubs, thinking they probably should go to bed, but it's Saturday night. They can stay up a little bit later.
Bonnie Wrenches. I have a nice old set of S&K tools.
Yeah, I've got some old S&K stuff, and I really like it.
Somebody's got an old Craftsman scroll saw for $40. I am looking to use them.
Mortal wound metalworking.
So I don't. I'm thinking that when you try to get insurance for your business, they might have trouble with that. That's cool. I like that you are making the distinction about wanting to actually use the old tools and not collect them.
Yeah, you know what he said there about the old scroll saw? I actually talked about that. I did a whole video on that's like the best discount tool you can get that's just amazing. I've reconditioned an old Craftsman scroll saw. They're tanks, and they're so much better than the new stuff, and you can get them so cheap.
Good night,
Robert. Take care. Thanks for joining us. I just turned into a pumpkin.
We have called them the Cubs for a long time.
I have called. So here's the background on it. So I was first called Bear when I was a teenager, and I was off with some friends. I'm sure they know, playing stupid games in the woods with BB guns and each other, and so we're wearing big jackets and stuff. And I came around a tree behind somebody, and I was already big. I've been over 6 foot since I was a freshman. And I came around a tree behind somebody. It was kind of twilight, and I scared the snot out of them. And they thought, because they screamed, "Oh my God, it's a bear!" And it was just me. And so I kind of picked that up as a nickname for a while. And then when the older one, what's his name? Duncan was born. The taller one with the fuzzy hair. I always called him, Baby Bear when he was little, and I rocked him to sleep every night. And he was always my little baby bear, and it just kind of rolled on from there. So, now he's the big bear, and Eleanor's the princess bear, and then the smaller one's the baby bear now.
Yeah.
So, always have.
Good night, Mustang Guru.
Night.
He was suggesting that you should wear some bear gloves when opening packages.
People have talked about that.
I also thought that was a good idea.
Oh, look, soda.
Oh, look, you're stealing. JB Phipps says that he's in South Carolina, hoping to make it up to the Ohio at meet at what the hell?
What's the best way to remove rust?
Oh, right.
There's a bunch of different products you can use. I just recently did one using the whatchamacallit, the WD-40. And here's what I found in all of these. They all work. And basically, the more money you spend, the faster and the better a job it does of removing the rust. You can use just vinegar, and it will get rid of rust. And it will, but it takes longer. And then the more money you spend, and they're all basically just similar chemical processes.
Joe Smith is saying phosphoric acid.
Yeah.
For the rest.
I just sold my scroll saw, RBA Hawk phosphoric. Oh, we got Carson, the Exploring Channel. I'll have to check that out with a $1 super chat. Thank you so much. We really appreciate the support, everyone, and it really helps with the channel and everything else. BB Gun Wars, we did the same thing. I'm not saying that we did that because that would be dangerous and we would never do anything like that.
And a mom might be concerned if their children did it. That's why we don't do it.
Coca-Cola can eventually get rid of some rust too, and chrome. It does wonders on pennies. That bucket with the basket in it for the rust, I think it's rust away or something. Yeah.
DeBrock, if you're in a family that has a bunch of kids, though, as you're listening to the long string of names, that if they stop at yours, you're done for.
Yeah. And then mine always ended with, blah, blah, blah. You know who you are. I'm talking to you. Before paintballs. Yeah, I'd played paintball for a long time. And in fact, I got a good friend who actually, back in the day when it was all pump, when there was none of the semi-automatic stuff, actually came in second in nationals. There are bare oven mitts on Amazon for $18. That's not a bad idea.
Minorca, I was broke. No BB gun. We used green pine cones. I agree. Yep.
We've used Roman candles before, too.
Hypothetically.
I have an industrial-sized tank of helium to give away for free. Oh, my gosh.
The catch is the protective steel cap is rusted onto the tank and won't budge.
Oh.
What was the thing? Oh, yours was to remove paint. I was confused.
Evaporust, yep. Evaporust works. As I said, it just costs more. I was in Vegas and slept in the car.
Fasteners and supply warehouse.
Yep. No, I have not been there. Which angle grinder is best? I haven't tried the Herc angle grinder, so I can't say.
Hey, Scott.
And I don't have enough feedback on it, so.
Hey, Scott Punk Oil Alternative Living.
Hey, how's it going? Glad you could make it. We were talking about, people who stay in Vegas. Did you catch the live stream this morning with Explorer Steve? I don't remember if you were there. We were doing so much talking, it was hard to keep up with the chat. Yeah, that Bauer recip saw should be out soon. Osflow, that was the one I was trying to think of. It's probably the best, and it's also probably the most expensive.
But that's probably why it's the best.
Yeah. And really, as I said, they all work. It's just how much time you want to spend waiting on it. What?
DeBrock, we could not afford pine cones. We just threw harsh looks at each other.
Harsh looks. There's a meme going around, and there's a dog looking askance at somebody. It's like, no, my dog won't bite you. It's worse. He'll judge you. I love that one.
Carson's Exploring Channel. What's the biggest tool you own? Do not say me.
I was just gonna say, probably the 17-inch floor standing drill press. I had a huge jet table saw, but I sold it. I didn't like the sliding table on it, and because I do tool testing, I have a tendency to use something for a while and try not to get too attached to it, and then sell it and buy something else so I can go through all the different tools. I didn't even know that Grizzly has a new Pro cordless line. You're the first one to tell me. I'm not staying on top of my news the way I should be. Or stalking token.
Scott Punk always said that they missed it because they were at work today.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that drill press. Before that I was using, actually that was probably bigger than that. Not as big as, anyway, it was, I've had two of the Shopsmiths, both Mark V's. And I did a full restore on the first one. The second one I didn't get around to doing as much on it before I sold it. But I had that one the first one I had set up as a dedicated drill press. I used it for everything at first, and then as I got more dedicated tools, it got relegated to less and less. I would take I've seen the Milwaukee screw gun, and I think for drywall, every time, man, it's perfect. So I'm looking to buy a socket set. Refuse to use Craftsman after watching your history of the company. Looking at channel locks, am I wasting my time and money? I think it's hard to justify going with anything other than Harbor Freight for sockets. The impact sockets are just a no-brainer. There's so many pros who use them. The basic sockets, I mean, and with the lifetime warranty, the only thing that sucks is they skip. That's the one thing that sucks. That they skip a lot of things. I don't know who else I would go with. Yeah, I could understand not wanting to go the Craftsman route. It sucks, but it's. Bear, do you like changing the tire on bandsaw? Which one do you prefer? I do silicone now. You get silicone and a straight edge, and you just apply a large amount of it around the. Take the tire off. Take like a degreaser and degrease the wheel, and then you just take silicone and you just put a thin line of it around the whole thing, and it works as good or better than any tire, and it's super cheap. If I need a screw gun, I'd get the Bauer. Bear needs to move to Springfield, Missouri, and use it. Yeah, they've got a shop. Grizzly has a shop there. Several YouTubes. TRD pre-orders $4. Woo! I'd love to see a collab with Vince for what he says when he paid on big rig tools. Yeah, I saw his video where he was talking about that. He's like, you gotta watch to the end. He's a character and a half. I really like him. Those guys they seem like some good guys over there. Hartford is the best place in the country right now to be. Yeah, it's hard. It used to love them. Had no. Yeah, S&K. I like S&K, but as you're right, if you're on a budget and stuff, do a video on the bandsaw tire. I should. I need to get Here's what I've been thinking about doing. So I got into this. I was talking to someone the other day, and I think it was Jonathan, and there's this thing going on with 14-inch bandsaws right now. They're hard to find a decent one. All the used stuff is really expensive. I don't. Sorry, real quick. College out. Do you have the HF? I don't have the HF trailer. I have the Tractor Supply trailer. Mm-hmm. And I was actually thinking about doing a whole thing with going. It has some miles on it. It needs to get probably greased if not having the bearings redone. Are you guys I want to get new merchandise. I gotta find somebody to do some art stuff. I'm not an artist, and that's what's the real limiting factor. I have not done anything with the tire clamp machine, although I know people who have, and they say it works great. So, shoot, I just forgot what I was talking about.
You were talking...
Oh, John, he was asking about the shoot. I forgot again. It was Jonathan before had asked about... He got me into... 14-inch bandsaws. And I'd always been hesitant to get the Harbor Freight 14-inch because it's missing so many features that they really should have. So I've tried to think about coming out with a video and modding the 14-inch Harbor Freight bandsaw to make a decent bandsaw out of it. Raycon makes an amazing bandsaw. They also cost an appropriate amount of money. I think the best bandsaw for the buck is definitely the Grizzly 14-inch. It comes with a great fence. It's got cast iron wheels. It's got the tension release. It's got everything you want in a bandsaw. And the price, when you get them on a good sale a couple times a year, you can't beat it.
Thank you, Flyby
very
804.
Soon. You know what? I can't claim that that trick on the bandsaw. I can't claim that one. That was what's his name? The guy who does wooden gears. That channel. He and that other Canadian guy. They build. He builds his own bandsaws, and I've been wanting to do that for the longest time. But they were talking about it as a tip on how to get easy to use and long term inexpensive tires. $1,900. Yeah, that's a bit much. If you do my Harbor Freight trailer through, get the higher weight capacity 120. Yeah, that I would like to get that one. I am seriously considering selling the trailer that we have. Not because there's anything wrong with it, but I like the idea of when we're not using it, being able to fold it up. Rodney's in the house. Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
I don't know. I gotta say, we've been really happy with the trailer. We got it at Tractor Supply. It's the 5x7, I think. And it's the wire mesh bottom. I put some sheep 3/4 inch outdoor rated plywood down on it, like some sheeting for the base. And I built some decent walls for it, and I just coated tons of paint on it. And I gotta say, it's been a trooper for all we've put it through and dragged it all over the country. Got an 8-inch bandsaw, open box for $26. Wow, I might even buy that bandsaw for $26. The new Bauer Impact, I've got it. The one with the triple light, is that the one you're talking about? I was really surprised by that thing. It's really nice, and I like the light on. I wish they'd do that on more tools. There's a guy with a video series where he is building a mini. I've seen that, or at least somebody.
That one guy.
What? What do you want?
She wants you to play. She's like, I don't care that you're live streaming.
Go chase the duck. Yeah, open box. It's really iffy on different stores.
Good night, William Romero.
Come on. Good night. Have a good one. It's a bench. You know, I bought one of those benchtop bandsaws a long time ago to work on a Pinewood Derby project, and I've not cared for them ever since. Hunkered down for a snowstorm. Jeez. You know, our snow's gone, and part of me misses it. Part of me is glad that it was 70 degrees and we don't have to run the heater constantly.
David is asking if we'll ever do a video on Flex Seal.
Oh, I should. I've done a lot of stuff with Flex Seal and similar products to Flex Seal. And
Bella,
stop it.
No.
Very needy hound, aren't we? Yeah. Branson, Missouri. There's a beautiful part of the country.
Probably cold.
Yeah. Up there in the hills. Sorry, the Labrador's right next to me.
She really needs his attention.
She does this thing where if I'm sitting there with my hands down, she'll come and get her nose under it and flip my hand up.
Hi. And she knows that I don't respond the same way.
Yeah.
Wow, an old DeWalt stand-up bandsaw from the 50s.
Wow, that's amazing. Trying to find anything from the older DeWalt stuff that is not a radial arm saw is hard to find. In fact, I honestly didn't know they did bandsaws. Oh.
Okay, calm down.
No. Sorry, she's back here jostling into us.
Go on, go get one of the kids.
Hopefully your floors have claw insurance. You know, I gotta say, I gotta figure out what they just put this flooring down in here, and we were worried about it. It stood up to everything. It's amazing. I gotta find the name brand so I can tell you guys about it because I don't think anything can hurt this flooring. Mm-hmm. And she loves it. She goes because she specifically won't, like we have this duck thing that we throw for her, and she won't do it on the carpeting. She likes to go to where it's slick so she can do her little burnouts. She really likes it.
Yeah. Those ducks we actually just got at Costco. If you're planning to go to Costco in the next day or so, I think it's on sale till tomorrow. You can get 3 ducks for like $7.50. And our Bella chews through everything.
One a week easily, if not sooner. I should do a review on the what do you call it, the
Bauer
jigsaw. You know, I've got the Chicago Electric one, and I've been meaning to do a review on it, and now they're coming out with the Bauer one, so I may be day late and $1 short on that.
You need to take me to Branson.
Thoughts on the new Hercules tool bags? They look awesome. I love the bags that came with all the tools I have. I have probably 4 or 5 Hercules bags.
Are they the blue?
Yeah, the blue ones.
Yeah.
They're great. The quality on them is just amazing. DeWalt ships with the cheapest bags that I've seen. I think they're the cheapest. They're super thin.
Yeah, and they're just not sewn well. The customer service people are asleep.
Rodney says I need to take you to Branson and get tickets. We like going to shows, so that would be a lot of fun.
Do you think they make better tools now, or you can get older tools are better?
It's a mix.
I think it depends on the brand.
And it depends on the tool. There are some older tools that are better, but in some ways the technology has advanced so that a lot of tools these days are better, especially when it comes to safety. Like my old Jet table saw I had, which was like almost 20 years old, was fabulous as far as its ability to cut through stuff and whatnot, but it didn't have a riving knife even, and you couldn't put one on it. It was so there's some ways where the technology has improved so much that even if the build quality isn't as good, it's still a better tool. So, sorry, that's not a complete answer for you. Hey, Big Bear. Anyway, Harbor Freight's 30 minutes away. How far is our Harbor Freight? It's about 15 minutes, yeah. A Bauer tool bag for sale. The Bauer tool bags that I've got have been a lot like the rigid ones. They're very square with a kind of U-shaped zipper at the top. They're good enough, but I prefer I always think of them as gator mouth bags, where it's got a wire rim in it and the whole thing opens up and stays open. The old shop tools are, The Voyager bags are way better than the DeWalt bags that I've got. Way better. I probably have half a dozen of the Voyager bags I use for different stuff. I've used them for range bags, camera bags, overnight kind of stuff. Where?
Right into that desk right there.
Oh, yep, there's one. I think there's camera stuff in here. Here's a Voyager bag right here. And it's got in it the Spartan hat. And yeah, I've got GoPro stuff. And there's a controller. And it's a power brick for something. Anyway, yeah. We use these things all the time. You assume Harbor Freight's my number one store. Who's your number 2? Unfortunately, there's not a lot of great stores where I'm at, so probably Lowe's. When I lived in Cincinnati, it's more of an old school kind of town, and there was a lot of great hardware stores there. Whatchamacallit, in Livingston. The
Murdoch's?
Oh, no, Murdoch's is great. But the one downtown, the little family run.
Oh, yeah.
Is it Park something?
No, it's...
Park.
Give me my phone, I can look it up. Are you going to bed?
Anyway.
No.
I like to try and shop the smaller family-owned shops when I can. Work from a trailer, yep. Is there an alternative fence that would fit an older Rockwell table saw? The Home Depot, I think it's Home Depot or Lowe's, one of them sells a Delta fence for $200. It's pretty good. All right. We've been going on 3 hours and 30 minutes. So I think everyone's fading over here. So it's time for us to go and...
The princess bear is already...
Is she conked out?
Yep.
She's always the earliest to rise and the first to fall asleep. When she was younger, it was face first in the middle of the carpet. She was just like somebody poleaxed her.
She's unconscious on the couch.
Anyway, we're going to say goodnight here. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I can't believe we're in here 3 hours and 30 minutes and we still got 74 people watching. And thanks to all of our admins, our mods. You guys have been awesome. I know there's a few trolls tonight. You get right on it. And it's so nice to know that you guys have got small family of Walmart. That you're on top of things and help keep it, family friendly and safe for everybody here. And for everyone who helped support the channel tonight with their super chats, you guys are amazing. You rock. We need to start doing stuff like VCG does, have a board in the back and write everyone's name down and stuff.
Yeah, I like that idea.
You guys are awesome. Kill trolls for fun. Yeah, we should get a troll hunting license.
Yeah.
A little ear tag for trolls. Anyway, take care, everyone, and say it with me. Shine on. Thanks, everyone, for coming by.